Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers, and you could take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers, and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking finished. Because we got each other.
Beyond Wednesdays, we got the things to do. Beyond Wednesdays, bring the Wednesday night review. Comics and collectibles, and sometimes comedy too. Yes, it's Beyond Wednesdays, so sit down, what else you gonna do?
The following program deals with a controversial
subject.
The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
You got a cool.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday night here on Beyond Wednesdays. We got a fucking packed show tonight. Like, it is hardcore tonight. Busy. And shout out to everybody hanging out in the live chat. I see all the homies. Shout out to all our mods. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. The session was pretty excellent for me, but it's too damn hot outside, man. It's like 112, 113 degrees out, dude. Killing me.
Gross.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's when we utilize our Rick Simpson oil. So, just a little bit of a lesson there. When it's too hot,
bro, they gotta
use
change
the
that
oil.
zip code to the sun, dude. You know what I mean?
Bro, that's why I sleep
that's
during the
too
day.
Fucking hot, dude.
Because of summers in Arizona is why I'm up at nights and I sleep during the day. It's too fucking hot.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Nope.
This is
Love
fucking
my
doomed
Southern
and shit,
California west
dude.
side weather, baby.
I saw somebody, I think it was Sean, walking around the beach, Hell Destroyer, walking around on the beach in San Diego. And he's like, it's a perfect 70 degrees. The water's beautiful. And I'm just thinking to myself,
San Diego.
oh my God,
Yeah.
I can hardly wait to get there in a couple months. Speaking of that, we got San Diego on, a couple months, couple weeks, couple days.
Right.
We got San Diego on the mind heavy for the next 2 weeks. And tonight's a pretty heavy San Diego show as well. But we got some goodies for you guys. We've got plenty of drops tonight for you guys, for people who are live viewers that maybe aren't going to be able to make it to the cons. This is where you guys can get some of the cool variants that of our friends and people that we know that are able to hook it up. So show them some love. And speaking of that, Clutch, you got a banger tonight as well from one of my favorite artists, one of our favorite artists, a guy who we were just talking about last week, and his Something Is Killing the Children commission that he did. Did you see that, Clutch? The Jonathan
So
Knight?
good.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, dude. So Clutch did a solid. And ladies and gentlemen, yeah.
What'd you do?
What?
What did you do?
I did do. I do.
Yeah. Tonight we have a beautiful Jonathan Knight Vampirella. Look at this.
Mama.
We're making it
Look
live.
at
We're making it
that,
active.
dude.
What are we doing?
Put it active, bro. I just dropped the
Doing it?
link for
Active?
everybody. Drop
Drop
this
that
shit.
link, baby.
The link is in the chat.
So been working with Jonathan for a minute. We've done those the awesome, the covers for G.I. Joe. We did the Scarlet. We did the Baroness. We were like, dude, like, let's do something really sexy because Joe, they're restricted in what they can do in terms of sexiness. And it was like, we submitted a couple. Jonathan submitted a couple sexy ideas, and they're like, a little bit too much. And so we're like, let's team up with our friends over at Dynamite. Let's do a Vampirella. So we got Vampy. We got the trade dress. You can see them on there too. There's the Jonathan. Also, we did a virgin.
Do you have them in
Jonathan wanted to
hand,
do a couple
Clutch?
variants. Huh?
Do you have them in hand?
Oh, bro, they're in hand now.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's beautiful, dude. That feels old school to me. Like that has like an old school
There's a
Joe
very
Jusko.
kind of Rossetti vibe to it. Sorry,
Right?
Mike,
Yeah.
It
you're
does,
bad.
Brian.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good call right there.
I love
Then
the.
Jonathan wanted to do the blood
Ooh.
moon.
See,
love
I
that.
like that one, dude. That one's
Yeah.
nice, dude.
And then at first we were like, oh, they're going to be able to do foils. So let's do this really cool black and white one with like the gold highlights on our jewelry and stuff in the suit.
That's sick.
But they're like, we're not doing foils. But because they're not doing foils, they said, well, you can do metals. And so we did a couple metals.
Oh,
Look at that ruby red, dude.
So the metal looks rad. There's the red, the moon one, the red moon.
Illegal, mama.
And then the black and white one looks rad.
oh wow.
So like you can catch that light in there. Like
That's
how cool is
illegal.
that?
That's illegal, mama.
So and you know the dynamite prints are really low. So 200 of the trade dress, 100 of each of the other virgin variants, and then the metals there's only 25 of each. So yeah, it's super cool.
$20 for the trade, you guys. If you just want to get any of them, $20, a nice little buy. It's in that sweet
Yeah, if you want
spot.
the whole bundle of all the stuff, they're in there. You can get all 7, $300. It knocks off like $200
wow.
off the total. Yeah, so feel free to jump in there. We're gonna have these at the con too. There's a very limited amount for tonight, so if you guys are interested, pick them up. If not, cool. We'll see you later.
Yeah. If you get to the con, there'll be some at the con. If you're not going to be able to make it, here's your chance to pick some up. Fucking A, man. Jonathan Knight.
Hell yeah.
I gotta show everybody again Jonathan's Instagram just because it's that good. We were talking about, let me see here. This one.
1101, right? Right, Clutch.
Yeah, 1101 is our booth number. Yeah.
That was the one that we saw the other night that he put up. It was a commission that he put up, but this one's gorgeous. So it's on Clutch's site right now, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Show him some love. The pin is the link is pinned in the chat. We've got so many goodies for you guys tonight. It's pretty cool. It's a fucking raucous of a show, and I am super stoned, and it's gonna get even better as the RSO hits. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Adam, we showed off something pretty sweet last week with the
Little
Black
sneak peek.
Cat. Yeah, right? That was pretty amazing too.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me
You want to
find
see
that. Yeah, here it is. I got it right here. Unless you got it right there.
it? I got it right here too.
You got it. You got it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
See.
You got a print? Oh, that's right.
That's-
it's print.
yeah.
Print.
So we're doing prints. These are
I didn't think they were gonna be
limited
that
to 100.
big. God.
Yeah,
Let's
11 by
go.
14. But we're actually doing more than this. So we have the 11 by 14 print that's limited to 100 that we're going to have at the booth. But we're also going to open up pre-orders. I haven't told any of you guys this yet. We teamed up with Tim Doyle at Nakatomi, and he's going to do Giclés, high-end Giclés. They look fantastic. Actually, Brian has some pictures. They're in that
No
link I
way.
sent you. And we're going to do those as a limited order, pre-order, and we're going to ship them off to Sveta to have her sign them. So they'll be signed. You'll have a
Oh, that's
signed
awesome.
Giclé, and they're going to be a timed order, timed print run. So whatever is ordered in that print run is what the amount's going to be. We're going to have the full details of that probably tomorrow. Honestly, we tried to figure it out today, but we have some things we got to figure out. But there'll be two options: the 100 print run that I'll have on hand at San Diego, and then you'll be able to have an option at a signed Giclé.
That's sick, bro.
That's awesome.
That's super cool. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we're going to show for Sveta tonight as well, which hopefully the Sveta fans are watching live. But Leg, you've got something that you're dropping tonight too. I mean, we've got the full fucking gamut tonight. All right.
Look at that shirt.
So before we get into leg, I want.
Oh, Wu-Tang Clan.
So, can you tell the story of how that Black Cat print came to be?
Sure. So we obviously watch your show. We watch the show every week. Both me and Sveta. Sveta watches every week as well. And of course, you had J. Scott Campbell, and that show was amazing. And during that show, she got inspired by J. Scott Campbell and seeing all the drops that he did, and she wanted to do her own rendition of Black Cat, and she definitely wanted to impress Mr. Red Hood there, because it's her favorite thing to do, and that was the motivation, and she literally did it overnight. It was crazy. You know, we had talked about doing an exclusive for Comic-Con like we did the She-Hulk last year, and so this year, you know, we were going to do something, but we didn't know what it was yet. And yeah, after that show, she's like, all right, it's Black Cat. And I was like, yep, Black Cat, 100%.
Yeah. And this is the book that's heading to Hood. Yeah. It's heading to Hood. This is one, we pulled this out of one of the blind bags. And it was pretty cool. I mean, what a great show to have, you know, Scott come and hang out with us. But it was also super cool just to see Hood. For
you, bro.
And not only was like that, like, was that Black Cat influence. Like, Leg hit us up and goes, I want to do a J. Scott Campbell homage cover of Masters of the Universe. And
oh wow.
He pulls it off.
That's old school, man.
Wow, that's so cool.
It kind of worked out that way, but not as completely that way. So I know Sean's is a Campbell fan, obviously. Sean Forney, he's a big Pooh artist, great artist anyway. He colors an absolute ton of these, most of everything that Marat does. And so he did a Masters of the Universe deal. And I was like, hey, what's going on for San Diego? And then he's like, well, I'm working on something. Let me get back to you. And I was like, hey, if you want to sell it, let me know. If you want to split it, let me know. Otherwise, just show up and I'll just show up and buy a bunch of copies. So whatever you want to do. So he hits me up. And here we go. Shows me this bad boy, right? He texted to me, and I was like, "Man, let's freaking go." I've never got to do a Pooh book. I have been lucky enough, actually, there witnessing shows that were sanctioned for Wanted Comics in past years to be able to meet Marat. And then a few years ago, when Sean did a She-Ra homage for it's a different counterpoint title, it wasn't a Pooh title. And so he only made 25 of them. So I went to his table. I met Sean. You know, we've had gone out in New York. We've hung out at different cons and things like that. Such a freaking nice guy. And I couldn't imagine anything being any freaking cooler than this. So he came with that. Like, I couldn't be more excited. This is the only big leg. I mean, official. There's stuff that says Beyond Wednesdays on it. It's the only big leg drop. You guys won't see anything. I unfortunately don't have anything else. Everything else I tried to get into just didn't work out. But I really couldn't be happier. If you guys know, if you get to my show, I end up buying a lot of stuff from Sean, a lot of stuff from Marat, to sell signed stuff on my live shows and things like that for the anniversary VIP event that we had in Vegas that Marat hosted in Vegas, you know, last month or whatever. This year's shirt, the Wu-Tang shirt. So and the 10-year anniversary was last year's shirt. So glad to wear this year's shirt. And yeah, so it's really great. I put a limited amount. You'll see what's on there with the they're all limited. There's like 103 copies total. We basically split it. Somebody's got a couple more than the other, I don't remember. And basically split it. So there's the you know, trade, virgin, sketch, all that stuff. They're all really limited. I've got them up. I put a few copies. I put like 5 of the trade. I put about 22 copies online. So if you guys are interested in them, you want to secure any of the stuff, the embossed metal, the one of one's not up for sale. We'll see how that. I got a glow in the dark one of one. I don't know. We'll see if I even sell it. You know how this goes. So I'll be like, come on. Yeah, Sean should have a one of one. He'll have stuff on his website too. I'll give you a link in there as well. I can drop mine. It's just easy. It's at bigleg.com. It's on the front page. I'll drop it in the chat right there. And then that's it. So if you want one of those, let me know. I will be getting stuff signed by him, hoping Marat as well, at San Diego. So with the signed stuff, that's more likely to go in the live. live stuff that I have are on there because I don't have that many copies. I only got 50 copies of this thing. So between a Boss Metal, Virgin Foil, and then he's saying, what do you want to do with the split on these? I mean, Sean drew this cover. It's colored, sure, colored digitally, but that's his pencils, inks, and everything like that. So I was like, dude, this is great. Let's go ahead and let's make that a cover too. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of extra work in this, a lot of backgrounds, not just a lot of the Pooh are, straight to the point, simple homages and things. And Sean did a lot of work on this, and I absolutely love it. Proud to be a part of it. If you'd have told me like 10 years ago, I'd never been a hater on anything that dropped out. But your first show, it's Pooh or something. People seem to like it. All right, cool. After the years, it grows on you. Once you sort of get into it, it becomes a whole lot more fun. So that's what's going on. But yeah, maybe I'll leave a couple copies with Sean at the booth or something like that. But other than that, it's going to be online. It's going to be online for me. And you can absolutely go to Sean's booth, which is, I believe I have it listed on mine. Sean's booth is, I put it on there because I do not mind if you go grab yours from Sean. He's an Artist Alley, booth EE03. He's got some other stuff there, of course. Obviously, I'll sign him for you. And honestly, that guy is outstanding to get reasonable commissions from. He's really good. He'll get them done for you. I will get there early. I was in line for Adam Hughes, and this guy was talking about commissions and things he could do. A guy who happened to be in line with me. And in the next line I was in, I was just talking to Sean, and I was like, hey, this guy just did these for me. I showed him some Battle Beasts, and he went over there and did a bunch of that stuff too. Yeezy's not on here. I know he's bought some stuff from him as well. So yeah, picking a great traditional artist and lots of fun stuff. So yeah, these are all commissions he's done for people. So definitely stop in any con that you find him at, but he will be available at San Francisco. I need to talk to him. Hopefully we'll do a live show. But yep, this is what we've got going. So that is the art that he did himself. And I was like, hey dude, have you thought about the Pooh? And he's like, that's for San Diego. And he said, that's actually something I'm about to work on. So that's how this came apart. So
that's dope.
Sean, thanks for letting me in on this with you. I'm really excited. And if you guys want some copies, they're up. If not, check them out in the live, whatever you like. So,
hell yeah, bro. All right, we got to get into our first guest, ladies and gentlemen, and we've got guests galore tonight. I think it's the first time he's been on the channel, but most of you guys know this man. He's all over the place, social media wise. He's been on a lot of shows of our friends and their channels, and he's a super cool guy, ladies and gentlemen. Garrett Gunn. Garrett, how you doing, brother?
What up? What's going on, guys?
Chilling, bro. Good to have you on. I was saying, I didn't know if we had you on the channel before, but I know that I had done work with you in the past because I would help produce the Women of Comics podcast, and you became fast friends with those girls over there. Shout out to Laura and crew.
Hey, I was a comic book woman. Dude.
You were.
I was there. That's where I met Garrett.
Yeah.
Some things don't change.
He was an honorary comic book woman.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
We also need Yee here because Yee talks about one of the coolest things that you've done. That a creator has done, in my opinion.
Every show.
And that is those coins, those that you put out. And can you explain that real quick?
He by far has taken advantage of it more than anybody.
He brags all the time.
He's trying to get that gun, dude.
Yeah, dude. We did challenge coins for Good Boy, which is a John Wick parody book I'd made. And for the Kickstarter, we sold these coins. We never said anything about what they do, whatever. People bought them up. And then we told people, hey, look, if you come to a show that we're at and you bring us one of these favors, you'll get stuff. Sometimes it was like a free variant at the table. Sometimes it was, a sketch or whatever. Sometimes it was original art. Like we would give like original cover art or sequential art to people. And so now he just like comes to a show and he does this little like slide it across the table and he's like, I got one. And I'm like, I got your stuff here. Yeah, no,
it's super cool, man.
It was a fun thing, man. Yeah.
I started seeing more creators kind of work on that idea, and I love that idea. And every time that comes up, I always bring up your coins, which is crazy. Okay, so I gotta ask, give us your background in comics and like and your history. You know, when did you get into comics, that type of deal?
I started writing comics in 2012. I got fucked up while I was in Afghanistan, and they sent me to like go to a behavioral health person while I was deployed. And they were like, you know, oh, we're going to give you like some writing exercises and whatever. And I was like, this is so stupid. I was like, I'm going to just write something else instead. I didn't like follow anything they told me to. And I ended up writing I grew up reading comics. I loved comic books. And I was like, I'm going to write a story idea that's going to be like this prompt that they want me to do, but I'm going to use like these fictional characters. I'm going to tell the story. And I made it and never did anything with it. When I came back from deployment, I was like, you know, I'll make this thing. If nothing ever happens with it, whatever. But at least I'll get to say I made my own comic book. And I made it. I posted it on Facebook or something, and some person, Insane Comics, was like, we'll publish that. And I was like, what? Why? And they did. I was like, sure, I got nothing to lose, whatever. So I let them. And then they were like, cool, like, when's the second one going to be done? And I was like,
what was the book? What was the book?
It was called Days to Come, a wildly unoriginal comic book. And I still get them. People will bring them for me to sign. And I'm like, God, you should throw this away. This is so bad. And then I just kind of snowballed, and it became like I ended up getting medically retired from the Army, and I like was 27, and I had no idea what I was going to do with my life because I was going to be a career Army guy. And then so I just started doing comics as a way to pass the time and like keep my brain busy, and it just like snowballed into a career. It's awesome. Now I've written like 195 books.
Wow, bro. Holy shit.
I just hit $250,000 on Kickstarter raised like projects, whatever. I got a little email from Kickstarter. It was like, you've raised $250,000. Congratulations. And then Sveta comes through and does like one campaign, and I'm like, listen, okay, listen. Does half of that in one thing.
You know, we'll get into her in a second because that's you know a pretty cool story. The whole Curse of Cleaver County story, and we're gonna get into that in a bit because it's a cool story. But okay, so I'm glad you brought it up because one of the things that I always ask is we have a Beyond Wednesdays creators first list, right? So all the creators that come on the show, if I don't have it, I have to verify if it is. But you know, if I don't have it, I got to add them. So. Yeah. First published work. How many? Do you remember the print run on that and how many it was?
So I think the Kickstarter, we had like 32 backers. And I think we printed like maybe 50 to 100 books total. And the publisher printed, I think, probably like another 150 or 200. And then that was it. I have no idea. And then like they did like 4 issues of it.
What was it called?
And then Days to Come.
Days to Come.
Yeah.
And the publisher again?
It was called Insane Comics.
Insane Comics. What was the year?
2013, 2014.
Holy cow, bro. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
There we go, you guys. Yeah. You guys can we've added Garrett to the list. And, but here's the cool thing, and this is something that I think is special, and we were just talking about this the other night on the industry show. I love all creators. They're all, but they're not all built the same. And there's guys like you who, you know, started just writing to, you know, get into to do a thing to help your mental health, and now not only are you writing books, but you're drawing. I mean, you're fulfilling different types of Kickstarters and stuff constantly. I mean, you are one of the hardest working men in comics for, you know, better part of.
I have a very good team behind
5
me.
years.
It looks like I am. I'm just very good at looking busy, while everybody else does most of the hard work. I've got this condition, man. I can't ever stop. Like I don't like to sit still, and sometimes to my detriment. And I always need something to do. But my biggest thing is that I for years people are like, you know, why do you make comics? I'm like, I do it to make cool shit with my friends, man. Like that's it. Like the only reason I go to conventions, like it's dope to like meet fans and like do that stuff, but like it's the only time I get to see my friends. Like it's the only time I get to like hang out with like my artist buddies and like, you know, see my people, you know, and like continuing to give people cover work. Sometimes I don't even need it. I'm just like, I just want to see you create something. Like I want to make a thing.
I think that that's the best, and I couldn't agree with you more. We talk about it all the time on here, how the community that's been built around comics right now is fun. It's super fucking fun, and it's been fun for the last couple of years in a major way. And you know, being able to have that community, and you know, everybody supports everybody else, and you know, we all get to hang out together at cons in person. We get to do shit like this, you know, come on online and bullshit with our friends about the stuff we love. That's fucking cool as hell. That's our favorite part. All right, talk real quick about Good Boy, because that is, you know, that's obviously the coins come from the whole Good Boy campaign.
Good Boy was the first sort of big hit that like I had done a book called Go West that was like my first like big selling, you know, it was in Diamond and sold like 15,000 copies, and it was great. Like at the time I was like, this is incredible. Like how does anybody sell this many books? And then I made Good Boy, which is it's John Wick, but the human dies and the dog kills everybody. And to me, like that movie was so I love dumb movies that like shouldn't exist because they're just like are so stupid of a premise that like Rubber, like things like that are so bad. You're like, why did anybody make this? And I was like, how can we make it more dumb? And I was like, well, obviously the dog should be like, you know, the dog's the real hero of the story. So like, why don't we just have the dog kill everybody instead of him? It was so dumb. And we made the first one and we really honestly didn't think like anything was going to happen for, you know, past the first couple issues. And we were like, oh, maybe we get to make 3 of these. And then like we ran a Kickstarter for the first one and it did like $55,000. And we were like, what the fuck is happening? We're like, why? And it was like right on the heels of Stray Dogs. Like Stray Dogs was ending and like people wanted their dog fix. And so like we kind of just we just kind of scooted in right there and we're like, hey, we have one too. And it blew up. And now, I mean, we've done like 14 issues. It's, you know, been collected in an omnibus, and we had toys, and it got optioned for an animated television show. And then Source Point ended up going out of business, but like, it was like so much. It's a crazy, crazy ride.
Yeah.
But Good Boy's great, man. It's by far the thing I'd probably sign most at shows.
That's awesome.
It also gives me an excuse to talk to people about their dogs, which is the best.
Fucking A, bro. Hell yeah, man. I couldn't agree more on that. There's a story that I tell all the time about my mentor. I used to work in engineering and space and defense. And my mentor, one of the things I would have to go to you know, hiring events with him to talk to interviews, to talk to people to hire them. And he would always ask a question about like, do you have a dog? You know, or, you know, you into pets? You have a dog?
Yeah.
And if they said no, you know, it would be a mark against him. And I didn't figure it out until I finally asked him. I was like, why do you ask about dogs? He's like, dude, if I know a person is not a dog person, it's not somebody I want to work with every day. And I was like, I got it, dude.
You know,
I got it.
I'm going to take a note here.
Yeah, right.
Creators I work with.
Yeah, fucking A, bro. So anyways, one of the other things that in my mind I associate you with is this moment that happened, and it happened with us too, and that is this Sveta Shubina craziness and finding this artist, this amazing pinup artist out of nowhere. Can you tell us how you found Sveta Shubina, or did she find you? How did that first.
Yeah, that little beautiful man down here in the corner with the hair that I wish I had. Yeah, you. I don't know where you are on this on your screen. Adam and I have known each other for like 15 years. Back when he used to run local conventions and you know, be the local hero in comics. And like, I just remember Adam was like, dude, you have got to see this chick that I'm working with. She's from the Ukraine. She's like, hasn't done comics. She's like doing like he starts talking about, and I was like, okay, well, let me see her stuff. And like, he showed me some pieces and it was like 2 or 3. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this? He was like, yeah, you should get her to draw stuff. And I was like, yeah, whatever she wants. And we did it was Bad Girl, right? Bad Girl was the first one that she did. Yeah. We were in the middle of Good Boy and we were doing a spin-off of this cat character and we were doing Bad Girl. And I just remember I just was like, gave her like a couple images and the premise, and she turns this like photo in and she's like licking a gun and it's like this whole thing. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? It was unbelievable. And ever since then, I've just been like, what can I ever draw? Anything. Just please, whatever she wants. I don't care. Like, there's people that you just like see, like it was the same way with like, to me, Sveta and Peach Momoko are like side by side. I got introduced to Peach very early and got to have her do a cover for me. And I was like, this chick's going to go fucking, you know, crazy. So you just hold on. You just hold on to talent like that and be like, please don't go.
I've also, not only is it with Sveta, I mean, you, like you said, you must have an eye for talent because you have worked with a lot of really good artists, these young up and coming artists. Suspiria, shout out to Susie. Like, she's another amazing artist that
I love her too.
Through Curse of Cleaver County, that, you know, we that's kind of how we were, you know, introduced to her in a big way, was her work on that.
Yeah. I love artists that aren't comic artists. Like, you know, when you find people who work in other mediums or they're not from comics, right? Because like, I love that comics can be anything. It's like the best thing. Like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, the best and worst thing about comics is that anybody can do it. Like, people that don't come from like a comic background, like, approach the idea of doing covers differently than like a traditional like comic books artist. And you end up with like really unique, really wild shit that like is just unbelievable. And that's Suspiria, Sveta. Although I've been told by my partner's like, we got to stop using artists with S names. I can't.
Sora.
I got, Sora Sung, Sveta Shubina. Also, they're like double S's. Like,
yes.
Like, she's like Suspiria. She's like, pick a different letter. I don't care. It's no more. I'm like, hey, I found this artist, you know, Sandra, whatever. She's like, nope, no.
This is one of the images that I first remember seeing out of the Curse of Cleaver County, or the stuff that you worked with Sveta on. I should say, is this right here. This is crazy rare stuff right here. If for the Sveta fans that are out there.
Yeah, good luck finding that.
Yeah,
I got it. I got the AP.
Oh my gosh! Jeez.
I paid this guy handsomely for it.
And this cover, absolutely amazing. The foil, the holofoil metal. I can't remember what it was. It's either a holofoil or a metal of this. Might be one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen in my life.
Still, it is a cover that I get asked about all the time. Like this and her cover for Good Boy that she did.
Yeah.
Like, I get like after people started to wake up and pay attention to her stuff, like I would get messages from people I've never heard of, never met, whatever. It'd be like an Instagram message request. And they'd be like, I saw that Sveta did a cover for Good Boy. Do you have this book? And I'm like, no, bro. Like, I made that 3-4 years ago and they sold out. Like, no more.
So good, man.
Yeah.
This is the Bjorn Barron's cover right here.
Bjorn.
Suspiria is on here at some point too. I gotta find that image, but
I don't think it's in this post because she was late turning it in. So I put like, okay, it's in progress. we don't get to see Suspiria's.
Talk about Curse of Cleaver County, because there's this cool thing that kind of happened where, did you plan on having it last as long as it has and be this type of series?
Yeah, so when I worked at SourcePoint, I had pitched them this idea of like, hey, I want to do this shared horror universe where like every 6 issues it changes, like the killer changes, and it's just all takes place in this sort of like giant, fucked up area of the world, where over all of history there's been all these terrible things that happen. And we did the first, like, I wrote like 12 issues of it. We were like in distribution doing like we got like the first 3 issues out, and then SourcePoint folded. And we had like gone to like Comics Pro and talked to all these retailers that were like so into it, and like we had invested all this time and money into like creating this universe. And then when SourcePoint started to fold, I was like, it was the first thing that I was like, I want to buy this back. Like I want to own this property because I want to continue it. And so I got it back from them, and we went to those are the like debut ash cans, man. Those 6 minutes at C2E2, those sold out. It was insane. So we bought it back, and we did this like re-release of, hey, we're going to go back and we're going to start at issue 1 again, and we're going to do, we're going to re-release 1, 2, and 3, and then lead into the next 3 issues. Oh, look at that those beautiful covers.
Oh,
so pretty. Yeah, it's amazing. But we're getting ready to debut the Kickstarter for number 4, which will be the first new issue that people have read that hasn't, that wasn't previously in Diamond or anything. That comes out next month, and then we've got the first 6 issues done, and then we've got some other stuff coming with Cleaver, maybe some crossovers with stuff.
Well, we got something.
We're not allowed to talk about.
We got something special that we kind of get to talk about tonight. And this is again for everybody that's hanging out with us in the live show. We love you guys. You're half the reason we do this. Thank you so much. But we've got a book to talk about tonight that is just or a cover that we need to talk about tonight for Curse of Cleaver County that is fantastic. And I'm just going to show the image real quick to everybody. This will be available in a second. I'll drop the link for you guys. But look at this beautiful book. Holy moly.
This cover, man. Like, what's funny is like when Adam sent it to me,
Mama,
he was like, we're going to do a San Diego exclusive again for Cleaver. And I was like, okay. He was like, we've been holding on to the art for a while. And I was like,
a year.
He was like a year. And I was like, what? And then he shows this to me. I'm like, you've been holding out on me, bro. Like, what is this?
This is a fantastic cover.
It's so good. Like, every time Sveta turns something in, it's unbelievable. I just like have learned to like, it's just numbing me to like any other artist that like sends me stuff. I'm like, cool, yeah, it's beautiful, whatever. It's insane. This cover turned out so good.
Links in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Go check it out. I think you showed some. You showed some that you had in hand, and we got to show these because and if you can give us the breakdown on the print run, because that's so
shiny.
Too.
You can see you're just going to see you guys again. So there's only 3 versions of this book available for San Diego. There is the full color holofoil. God, I cannot get it's so shiny. There's the full color holofoil, and then there is a noir chase, the black and white and black.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah, this holofoil is the only version of the noir that there is. And then there is a 3D foil that we're doing. So for the online drop, we're treating it as kind of like a 1-in-4 ratio. So we're going to have, I'm sure you have the link that you'll put up. What we're going to do is you can buy a 4-pack of the foils, which guarantees you a chase. You will get 3 of the full color and 1 of the noir. Or you can test your luck on buying them as singles. And then, it'll just be, we're going to number them and randomize.
Man, I'm seeing 3 of them out there, man.
This foil 4-pack, that's the one to get, I think, right?
Yeah. While they're while they're available. I think there's only 15 packs available.
They'll be gone in a second, my friend. I have a feeling. So
Don't stop it, dude.
Yeah. And then if you go to the one that's the 3D foil, you can see there should be a video in the media.
Yeah, right there.
Oh my gosh, bro!
The 3D varnish and the silver foil.
Fire, dude.
Yeah, it turned out so good.
Damn. Dude.
So good. Yeah.
I should have looked away.
And relatively like low print. I mean, so the full color holofoil is only 150 copies. The noir is only 50 copies and 50 of the mega foils.
Wow.
So
that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So the link's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Super limited. I believe some will be available at San Diego Comic-Con as well. So if you guys,
so we split the print run. So my half will be available online tonight, and I'm sure it'll be sold out by tomorrow. And then,
it's gone. Well, there we go.
It's already sold out.
I think people found it.
Congrats.
Welcome to Sveta.
That's it.
So
hey, nah, dude.
So you can get. So
we'll get you one at San Diego.
San Diego.
I got you. We'll make sure we get you one.
Yeah.
I have the other half. The other half will be with me.
Adam will have them in person.
Yeah.
I love it.
Damn it, pub. Shit.
I love it. Hell yeah, dude. That's
This chat is
fantastic.
ruthless, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's an incredible cover, and like I had no doubts. Like Sveta is a force, man, and I absolutely. Not only is she an incredibly talented woman, but like she's also incredibly nice, which is very.
I
hard
see
to
a lot
find.
of people in the chat that let's say I got one, but like if I don't recognize your name, you ain't getting it, dude.
Don't worry, guys. I've got the back end control. He can't touch it. Don't worry.
Only the 4-pack is out, you guys.
There
There's
will
some
be a
singles,
day.
so
There
make sure
will
you
be
hit
a
up
day.
the
There should be
singles.
singles left, but the 4-packs are gone.
That's awesome. So okay,
That's crazy. That's got to be one of the fastest sellouts, dude.
well,
I think it was sold out before we dropped the link.
I know, right?
What?
Jesus Christ.
I'm
That shit
serious.
happens
I clicked
fast.
on there. I was like, what? I clicked on it before and it was gone.
It was gone, huh?
It's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot.
the other thing is, you are doing more than just Curse of Cleaver County. You've got a bunch of covers that you're working on that we know of, that you're working on with James from Hive Comics. And you've worked with James for a long time. As a matter of fact, the first Curse of Cleaver County book that I got was that beautiful metal that Hive Comics put out, which was gorgeous. And I'll bring it up here. It's on.
James and I go way back. There's 2 retailers from the very beginning that supported me, and it was Hive Comics and Comics Elite. Like those 2 people were like coming to me at shows before I had done anything and being like, what are these limited to? Cool. There's only 20 of these. Okay. I'm going to buy 10 of them. Like, and at the time I was like, what the hell? Like what? Like what's happening? Like, this is so crazy. And then they just through the years have like done nothing but support me. And, James is a fellow vet and like an amazing dude. And, he continues to let me draw stupid stuff. And I'm very grateful for it because I wanted to be an artist when I was a kid and I got away from it and I always regretted it. And luckily now I've got a partner that pushes me to keep drawing. So that's the only reason these things are happening is because she just won't let me stop.
Well, that's fucking amazing. And listen, man, here's the other thing. There's been a couple super chats. As a matter of fact, let me read a couple super chats off before I get into this next point. Where are we at? We are right here. Okay. Stephen Fuentes says, I found Good Boy books today. This is Stephen Fuentes from Most Wanted Comics in Corpus Christi, Texas, an amazing brick and mortar comic shop. Also,
all right.
Yeah. He also says, Garrett, appreciate your service. Congrats on your success. Keep it going. And also shout out to One of One Interviews, a great card Yeah, he says drawing wieners in Afghanistan was my claim to fame. So I guess that's
dude. All over the T walls. Just just draw wieners on the concrete T walls on base.
So, and the whole thing with working with James and Sean at Comics Elite, both vets, is excellent. And another thing that we talk about a lot is how there's something to be said when you meet somebody that is your peer in some way. It's gone through something that you've gone through in life, right? Like we talk about vets, we talk about drug addicts, you know what I mean? We talk about like people that have gone through similar
Shared
things, trauma, right? Shared trauma. And that's it's pretty cool to see. And James and both Sean have always talked about kind of like giving back and doing these great, live sales for all the different, places, which is amazing. Is there anybody that you work with as well?
Yeah, I mean, I always try to if I find people, because I said earlier, like it's so rare to find people in comics that are like good people. So when I find them, I just latch onto them. That's why so much of like people will see books that I made and they'll be like, oh, like that's the same artist that did this, or that's the same artist that did this. I'm like, yeah, because when I find somebody that is a good person and they're talented and like I respect them, like I don't want to let them go.
That's
so
cool.
Like the reason that like Kit Wallace draws so many books for me is that like Kit is an unbelievable talent and a good person, and like so like I just keep working with him. My letterer Dave Lentz, who's worked with me for over a decade, like I won't work with other letterers because I've found my person, right, who like is good at what they do and is a good person, and like just I don't want that to change.
That's cool, bro.
So yeah.
This is another cover that you have come again. Like I said, it's you're one of the hardest working people in comics, and I respect the hell out of that. Right?
Thanks, man.
There's another cover you got coming out, and this is for the new Rascal Randy series that is breaking off from Exquisite Corpses, which was a great series. Crazy character right here too. Like what a great character to draw.
I love Rascal Randy. I'm a big Shellhead. And I was lucky enough to get 2 covers for TMNT 300 that come out for San Diego too. And one of them is a sketch cover that I got to design, which was like a crazy back and forth to like get made. But yeah, I was like, this is okay, cool. I was like, I'll just take the whole print run. We don't need to let anybody else have them. Just let me take them to get, Kevin Eastman to sign 200 of them.
I would love to talk about this real quick because we had Dan Mendoza on the show last night.
Yeah.
And here I see the Sad Girl IP from Dan Mendoza and the Still Ill crew. Talk a little bit about Dan Mendoza. He's one of the best too, man. What a great dude he is.
When you think of like when I sit there and look at like the pantheon, right, of like hustling indie creators, right? It's like Brian Polito and Dan Mendoza, right? Like these are people that like when I was just like reading comics, I was buying their books. And then like years later, I got to know Dan through working with like artists that we both worked with. And he just like sent me this message one day and he was like, hey, you want to write some stuff? And I was like, yeah, what? And he was like, well, I want you to start on Sad Girl Psycho Baby. And I was like, what? Yes, absolutely. Okay. And he was like, I've got these outlines for these books and, I'm just so busy with like this other stuff. And, I'd love to have you like come on to help write them. And I was like, yeah, whatever you want. So I did Sad Girl Psycho Baby 8. I did Sad Girl Psycho Baby 9. And then he was like, hey, we're launching a new series for Sugar Pop, who was my favorite. And he was like, I want you to write number 1. And I was like, fuck. Yes.
That's
100%.
dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
It was awesome, man. Like he's all face value. Like he's a no bullshit dude, which is like really refreshing. And like he will tell you if he doesn't like a thing. not in any sort of like rude way, but he'll just be brutally honest with you, which is nice because sometimes you send you make a thing and you send it off and they're like, thank you. And then that's it. And I'm like, what? No, you got to come on, man. Yeah. I'm too codependent for this. You got to tell me something. So like working with him was an awesome experience. Like he was just such a good dude and like, treated me well and, compensated me well and sent me comps and like everything. It was just, they always, never meet your heroes, right? Like I have been very lucky to like meet a lot of people in comics that are good people. So,
well, okay. So what is, we're going to get into plans for San Diego Comic-Con. What's your plans for San Diego now?
My plan for San Diego is to be in my underwear at home taking naps.
Oh no! Bro.
I wish. Listen, so I wish. What's funny is before I got all these exclusives that fell in my lap, people had asked me, including Adam. Adam was like, "Are you going to come to San Diego? Like, you could probably like come and sit with us." And I was like, "No, it's too expensive. Like, I can't fucking go." Like, I went to San Diego one time as an adult. I used to go as a kid, and then I went one time as an adult. And I was like, I paid $2,500 to be this miserable. This is so stupid. Like, there's so many people, man, and it's so crazy. And I hate huge crowds. And
I
was
get
like,
it. Yeah,
this is brutal.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to spend the money. And then someone was like, hey, you want to do this cover for San Diego? Hey, you want to do this cover for San Diego? And then they were like, you sure you don't want to come to San Diego? And I was like, no. Now it's too late. I'm like, I can't go now. Now it's even more expensive.
Well,
so.
If
I will be at Comics Elite doing a live show. We're doing a bunch of live shows during San Diego where they're dropping our Ninja Turtles, and I'll have a bunch of the Department of Truths and like a bunch of the stuff.
Well, we love Comics Elite over here. As a matter of fact, make sure if you guys go buy any of Garrett's books from Comics Elite, use the promo code Beyond10, get 10% off. And they add that to all the other promo codes that you can get over there, which is sweet. Same with Hive Comics, you guys. Hive Comics also Beyond 10 get 10% off over there. You've got getting ready to have 2 covers available on that site, new covers that is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know. I'm still waiting for I got my Florida hippo cocaine massacre.
Yeah.
I get my comps like tomorrow or something. I was
nice.
Like, I can't wait.
Well,
so much stuff. Dude.
So other than that, there's a lot of books that people can find of yours at San Diego. Adam, you're going to have this beautiful book available at the table. And we got to talk real quick about the craziness that's happening with Sveta at the con, because there's a lot of stuff tonight that we're going to talk about.
We got a lot.
Yeah, this is the we did talk about this real
That's
quick.
That's the Jaclay. You can see how dark the black is on that. Those are beautiful.
Look how gorgeous that looks, man.
Yeah, those are going to be done by Tim Doyle at Nakatomi. Fantastic art gallery. You guys should check it out.
That's so beautiful. Good. So that's the amen. There it is. I was waiting for it.
There's Nakatomi Plaza.
Look at this one.
That's what I thought he said, dude.
These ones are pretty great. These are also
motherfucker.
Those are the other 2 she did. She did a female Green Goblin and Ghost Spider.
That'll be available.
Just open edition.
Hey, dude, that's sick, dude.
Okay, so this I've been waiting to talk about this for so fucking long. It's been so hard, Adam, to not talk about this.
It's been so hard, Adam.
Right. Always. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Comics the magazine. This is
number 5.
So they did two retailer exclusive variants for issue number 5, and they did the secret variant. And by the way, you guys, I'll say it again. This is my favorite issue of the magazine because I feel like this is the moment where they kind of like looked into our side of the tent pole, right? I feel like there was a lot of people they might have been missing in that book, in that magazine, that were at the top of our lists that need to be on their list. Mark had the amazing Spawn 77 coverage. You guys, that's going to be unreal. And then, what was it? Best new talent? I think best young talent.
new or God, I can't remember what it is now. Yeah, it's
Something like that.
The next big thing.
Next big thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Sveta Shubina. And I was like, fucking A, bro. Thank you, Adam. Fuck yeah. Shout out to Adam Freeman and crew over there for, to me, that was special, right? Mark and Sveta talking about multiple other cool things in there, and the magazine's just getting better. And to be able to have variants in their comic size, and you get the first appearance on the Halloween trio on that first issue, which was awesome. We got another Halloween trio issue. Do you know when and where this is going to be available?
I'll have it at the booth. So if you're coming to the show, I'll have it. If not, it'll also be on sequentialcomicsart.com. We teamed up with Sequential again on this one. Yeah. Yep.
Shout out to them. Great peeps over there.
And I believe they're going to drop it probably during the show, I would imagine, during San Diego, maybe sooner. I'll have to talk to Justin to find out. But yeah, it'll be on their site as well.
Let's talk Dreadful 3.
Yeah. So that's our new character, Dandelion 666. This will be the exclusive at San Diego Comic-Con. This is Dreadful #1, but with a variant cover. And Dandelion is our super fan. She's our fan that loves everything Dreadful. She goes in and reads every story, buys every piece of merch. And down the line, you're going to meet her in the books. And this is her first appearance right here on the cover.
That looks nothing like Red Hood.
It does, right? Yeah. But that'll be our exclusive. We have a couple things. The one that we have, that one you're looking at, it's this one here. We did all embossed, so there are no paper. Every cover is going to be embossed. Her hair is embossed. The shirt's embossed. The Buzzo's embossed. The book's embossed.
That's awesome.
And then, as I said before, if you show up to the booth wearing one of the shirts, there's might be something else too. We're not going to show it, but I would say if you're wearing one of the shirts to the booth, there could be another one. And I would say if you're going to do that, do it now, because we need to ship them out. So this week is probably the last week to order a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about that real quick, though, because where can they find the shirts, Adam?
SvetaShubina.com.
There we go.
As always.
Let me go there. I know I have it up here as one of these things. There we go. SvetaShubina.com, where you can also use the promo code Beyond10 to get 10% off, you guys. And the shirts are available there. Look at that.
Yep.
Hell fucking yeah.
We're looking at the shirt, right?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a shirt.
She's a married woman. I understand that.
She is a married woman. Yeah.
Oh.
We got some new goodies on the site too. We got the pins. The 2 pins are up.
Oh,
we have some new sticker packs that are up. I snuck some of those convention exclusives on there earlier, but they're gone already apparently.
Oh, wonderful.
Oopsie.
Yeah,
wonderful.
I put a bunch of stuff up earlier today, and it looks like a lot of it's already gone.
So just be keeping an eye on this site, you guys. Like he said, he puts up a lot of goodies every so often. So
Adam, are you guys bringing some like remarks and sketches and stuff to San Diego too?
I think so. I think Brian might have some pictures.
What is this?
Or some sketches.
What?
Jesus Christ!
Sick.
These are.
I'm gonna run out of money for the show starts again,
Bro.
Jesus.
bro. I had to have a panic sale after a preview night last time.
So the first Sveta blank cover art is coming. I can show you some in hand. It's insane. I don't even know what to say about it. It's like you're looking at it right there, right? I mean,
yep.
You can keep going through the ones you got there, and I'll show you what I got here.
This one's crazy too.
Oh man, that one's unbelievable.
Fight me,
right?
Wow.
Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous?
Freaking Lord.
There's that one.
Yeah.
There's more.
Crazy. There's a lot more.
Look at this.
I didn't know she. Man, I just saw this one today too. There's another one that I already claimed, and now I don't know which one I want. So we'll have to find out.
How about Red Sonja?
Yeah.
That's great.
God.
Everybody's just like speechless, bro. Oh my gosh.
Whatever. It's
Dude,
okay.
that's not cool.
It's all right.
bro.
It's all right. Whatever, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
This one
It's
right here
fine.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
I heard if you already spent like 4 figures on Vampirella, you get dibs on all the
You
rest.
get it.
Hey, she's at home.
Smart,
Yes, my powers
Now,
come to me.
let's do this one. Oh wait, what just happened there?
People
Oh,
scrambling trying to get
there we
dealer
go.
passes. as we
It's
speak.
art. It is art.
It is art. Yeah.
It is art. It might hang in my house someday.
And then you said you have more. Do you have more?
I have some in hand here. Yeah, if you want to see them. So we got the Red Sonia that you already saw.
That's fucking killer, dude.
Oh,
That's it right
that's
there.
great with the color on there.
We got this one was not in the roll. We got a Baroness.
Hey, bro, claim,
Oh, bro.
claim.
Hey, Hood, you flying out after all, brother?
Yeah, you got to get out to San Diego,
I'll
boss.
press a whole bunch of books for you, bro.
God, that Vampirella is insane.
So live.
That's killer.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
Wow.
go.
Wow.
Let's see. Man, this one I had a hard time
Come on.
Holy
giving this one
shit.
up, man.
Freaking rad.
Wow.
This is the one that will not be coming with me. This one's staying here. This one this one's mine.
Wow.
I just said it was gonna
Yeah.
hang in my house.
No, man. And then of course we got that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so exquisite.
Fantastic.
So there's more coming. So the Buffy, and there's more. There's more than what you've seen.
That's awesome.
They're not here yet. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they show up in time. But I have these. I do have a whole hand. I got a good amount of remarks as well. I don't think we posted any of the remarks. There's a lot of remarks.
What's the booth
and
number for you guys?
Booth number is 529. I'll be boothing with Happy Comics, and I believe Soza Micah will be at our booth.
There we
for the
go.
majority of the
Soza Micah.
Is
Yeah.
did Larry get his own booth, or is he gonna be?
Larry's with us too. Yeah, Larry's with us too.
Oh,
It'll
wow.
be Larry and Soza, and I have one half of the booth, and they have the other half. So yeah,
That's
booth
dope.
529.
And then this was also another one we can talk about
We
now.
can show it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got an exclusive
What?
with
Look at that.
with Davis. We'll have that at the booth. I just saw the video today of this one printed. Oh my god,
Dude,
guys.
that's fucking badass, dude.
It's also got the embossed UV, and it's beautiful. It's so good. I can't wait to get these in hand. He just printed them today, I believe, and I should have them hopefully by the end.
Did
of the week.
Davis show us this one?
No. This one's the first time it's being shown right now.
Bro.
Yeah, this is the variant that I'll have at our booth. Yeah.
And then finally,
One more.
you got one more big one.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
So yeah, start with that one. Yep.
Oh, no. Yes. Awesome.
Hello,
Boy.
San Diego. This will be at the Boom booth for this version here. This is her Hello Darkness, Hello San Diego. That's their official book, like she had the Hello New York book as well. I can't tell you. I mean, you guys know Greg. Greg has just been amazing, and it's like he calls, he says he wants something, or he asks us what we want, and it's just like, man, that's so amazing, so good, and he's been so good to us, and
Best
he
in the
offered
business.
this, and it was a
Bro,
yes
you're,
right away.
you're starting to see her like take some chances, and you're
Yeah.
starting to see more of her range, and
Yep.
like she can draw anything, dude.
Yeah, she can. This will be the exclusive at our booth. So this is our exclusive. They Boom offered us our own exclusive. I mean, again, I can't
sick, dude.
I can't tell you how
She
amazing they
put
are.
smiley
So,
faces on, bro.
we got some smiley face pasties. So that'll be the variant that's at our booth.
Mama.
Yep. Yep.
So who's
Oh,
gonna
man.
cosplay as this first?
Right. Oh yeah, there's one more actually. There's the yellow background down there.
Oh yeah, the
You go
yellow
back here.
background. Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on. Oh yeah, this one right here. Holy shit.
Love Bunny and Mr. Hell.
Shout out.
Uh,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Josh.
Josh
You guys saw the
Blaylock,
first one
Devil's
that Josh
Due.
already did. This was our variant, so this will be this is our exclusive at our
God,
booth.
that's so
Again,
fucking
Josh
good.
offered
Dude,
us our own, so.
she's moving the clock back, bro. It's Easter.
Right.
Josh just launched a new Kickstarter as well.
Pretty cool.
What is it? Sun Before Sundown or something like that?
Yeah, it's a vampire book. I can't remember what it's called. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'll find it. We'll talk about it by the end of the show.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josh. He's one of the best.
Some boots, dude. Looks like Ace Frehley, bro.
Dude, that's fucking great.
So yeah, we'll be stacked. We'll be loaded. Come by. I'll be there all weekend. I'm stoked that I have help, you guys. I have help this time.
Dude, you'll be done by Friday, dude.
I'll be done by Friday like I was last year. I know. Which is why I have help. Yeah, my help's gonna be working. My help's gonna be working Friday through Sunday, and I'll be able to go out and actually enjoy the show. Oh yeah, the pins. Forgot about the pins. Those are our pins. The new set from yesterday's. You'll be able to find those at yesterday's booth. Last year, if any of you guys went to get her pins last year, it was the third year. It was insane. The line was around the big giant, booth, and they sold out on like day 2 or day 3, I think. And it was so cool because we had done pins with them 3 years in a row, and they did well every year. But it's like after the second year, it caught on, and the third year, people were there waiting for them. And here's awesome. The new ones. So these will be there this year. And as soon I wait till they sell out. So when they sell out, then I'll offer them. So if you come by the booth, I'll have them under the table, but I'm not going to display them. So if they sell out, you can come by and pick them up. If not, go get them from yesterday's. Yesterday's is so amazing.
Every single one of these is great.
Hey,
yeah.
Adam, could you show Davis's book again?
Yeah,
I don't have it physically, but yeah, Brian should have the image of it.
Brian, can you click on that one again? God damn, dude.
You should see the video, man. I should have sent you the video. There's a video that shows the actual printed version. It's awesome.
Shout out to Doc Comics. He says, I bought a shirt and I'm coming with cash. Doc, you got to reach out to me if you can. If you're going to be in San Diego, man, I'd love to buy you a beer, man. He's a good dude.
That's so awesome, man.
San Diego is going to be a fucking blast. And I want to also extend that to everybody out there. If any of you guys that are watching are going to be in San Diego, let's figure out a way to, meet up and break some bread together and have a good time. So, yeah, it's going to be great. All right, what else for you two? Other than what's coming up for Adam in San Diego, I know you're scared to death.
I mean, we have so much going on in San Diego, but as far as the two of us, and I've said this before, but I haven't officially said it. Issue 3 of Dreadful 3 is going to have Mr. Garrett Gunn in there. We're going to have Garrett Gunn. And it's going to be Cleaver County. It's a Cleaver County crossover.
That's fucking cool.
It's also the first appearance of the new killer from Volume 2 of Cleaver County.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Crazy. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the whole Dreadful 3 thing? What you've read it obviously and been talking to Adam about it for a while. What are your thoughts on it?
I think that Clutch's story was way better than Adam's.
Bro, you told me that in confidence. You didn't say you were going to say on this show.
I had to, man. I had to.
I thought Adam was going to spit out his drink.
I almost did, dude. He almost got me.
I love it, dude. Like I was never into horror until like 6 or 7 years ago. I never watched it. I never I grew up in like a religious household and stuff. Like I wasn't exposed to like any of that stuff. And then I was in the military and I saw enough like fucked up stuff that I was like, I don't need to watch fucked up stuff. And then when I got out, I was like, I got really into it, and I got really into like campy horror. Like I got really into just terrible slashers and like The Faculty and 13 Ghosts, like that kind of terrible shit. And Rubbers. Dude, Rubbers is one of the greatest movies of all time. Okay. And then it became a thing where I'm like, I have to watch I think I've watched every horror movie on every streaming service I own. But like Dreadful scratches that itch like in every way. Like everything from like actually weird, creepy, fucked up stuff to like the campy, stupid stuff, which is like what I'm writing. Like it's awesome. And I mean, like, also, like, obviously Sveta has one of the best design senses like I've ever seen. And like the book is just very satisfying. Like, I'm a process guy. Like, I love watching things be made and like seeing like how she's making stuff. Like, it's awesome.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Can't wait for you.
It makes me want to go and make more shit. I'm like, God damn it. Like, oh, I got to fucking go work on something else for Cleaver County. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Dreadful is amazing. And I was surprised and also very humbled to be asked to be a part of it. So, no, it's going to be great, man. I'm very excited.
And it's not a one-off either. We have plans with Garrett beyond that as well. So.
Hell yeah. Well, you guys, thanks for so much for hanging out with us tonight. I can't wait to see the future of, you know, you guys working together, Sveta, Garrett. I can't wait to see the future of Curse of Cleaver County. One of these days, are you going to be? What's the next con for Garrett Gunn?
I'm going to be at Fan Expo Chicago, and then I will be in Dallas, and then that's it for the rest of the year.
Wow. Well, I hope to see you in Dallas. I'm going to try and make it out to Dallas, and if we do, let's you know, sit down and eat some grub together, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Adam, we'll see you in San Diego, my friend.
San Diego,
and I'm sure we'll talk to you before in the next couple of weeks. So, love you guys, appreciate you, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Appreciate you guys.
We'll talk to you
guys. Take it easy.
Peace. Two good guys right there. It was nice to have Garrett on for the first time on the channel. He's man, what a cool cat, dude. A lot of people respect Garrett. Got a lot of people talk about what a hard worker he is, and you know, I hear that. I've heard it for many years, so pretty cool. Real quick before we have our next guest come on, because we got another guest coming on, I want to remind everybody we have a couple of variants available, pre-sale variants. Clutch, if you can talk about this one real quick, I'm gonna run away real quick, and then we'll also remind people about legs.
So the cool Jonathan Knight, friend of the channel, who's done a couple of variants with us before for G.I. Joe. We want to do something sexy in Vampirella. So we did Summer Special 2026. These are up on the site now. Low print run, 200 trade dress, 100 each of the virgins, and then just 25 of the medals. So limited amount are on the site now. So if you're interested, pick them up. These will ship out before San Diego.
I'll ship them before San Diego.
Yeah, I figured might as well.
You got them right.
I'm shipping. Oh my god, as you know, like I've got to ship out these bad boys.
Right.
So I've got and then I'm gonna try to also. Comic Gods willing, I'm gonna try to ship out the Dungeon Crawler Carls before San Diego too. So.
Oh wow.
Next week is gonna be bonkers. So fingers crossed that I can get it all done. But
I'll send my guy to you. He doesn't have a car.
I'll just pack everything in. I'm renting a minivan, and so I'll pack everything in the minivan. I'll drive it out to you guys, and we can just sit there for a couple days.
Dude, you'll probably work through the weekend if you want to pay him. Call me. I don't have. The only stuff that I really have to ship first is just whatever I sell between now and then, which honestly is going to be hundreds of books. I don't have time to skip any sales before.
No, dude, it's so hard trying to get everything done before the show. Yeah,
before I get to San Diego. So
yeah, we've got so much on our plates for those of us who are setting up and going to the show and
right. I can't believe we're this close, guys. So
and then here's your variant with Sean.
I threw a link in there. Shout out to Sean Forney. Love Do You Pooh. Amazing to have a J. Scott Campbell homage on there. I already have an idea for part 2 to this. I haven't even told Sean yet because he came to me right before. So these will not ship before. I won't have them until then. Actually, they're being printed, so I'll have them at the con. So check out the live shows. I have a limited number right now that you can grab. I put the link in the chat. Of all the different kinds. They're super, super limited. And if you think about it, some of these, they're split with like the embossment. Like there's 6 boss medals, so half split with Sean. So he's got 3. I have 3. that glow in the dark. There's one that I have. He has a gold one of one. It's not on his website. He's probably saving it for the con, or it's sold today, which would be great. But yeah, so most of that is a split. The magmas you can only get from me, and the trade foil you can only get from me. There's 5 and 5 of each of those. I put like a couple of each of them for sale. So if you guys want any of those, let me go ahead and grab them easily like that. If you want to wait, they'll be on the show signed. If they're signed, they're more likely to be auctioned, which so you probably save a good chance you save money on them. Now, if you know anything about Counterpoint, any of the Poohs and stuff like that, they have specific price points that you don't drop below. It's sort of the agreement on there. So I have the regular low price point on all of them.
Oh yeah,
extra $5 on one of them because if I die with the magmas, I'll die with the magmas.
That's so cool.
Only an extra
They're cool.
$5. So,
yeah, hell yeah.
That's
man.
the best
the
one.
low print run.
But remember we were in the room with Drew and Marat, and he had it was actually it might have been an Absolute Batman homage, but it was the magma. We're like, holy shit. So anything time I've been able to get a magma, I get a magma, whether it's buying it from Marat, the couple times I've done them myself. So I go,
hell yeah.
He goes, if you want any special treatments, I go, I want magma. I think it's the coolest foil. So
so make sure you guys check the links. If you're catching us on the replay, the links will be in the description as well. Shout out to all our mods who have been dropping links. We can't thank you guys enough for that. Love you guys. Okay, so our next guest, you guys. This is kind of crazy, or it's not crazy. It's funny how this happens. John, Heroes Reborn, is actually a big reason for having this Frank on with us tonight. We were hanging with Chris Rupp after the show, one of the shows last week. And Frank from Aspen Comics is joining us here in a second. I'm bringing him in, bro. I'm bringing him in. Let me introduce the guy. He's over there going, what the fuck is this shit? Anyways, we're backstage. We're bullshitting. And it was either Hood or John. I think it might have been John. Somebody said, hey, can you talk a little bit about Michael Turner, the Michael Turner years, and what it was like being around Mike and those early years? That was Hood. Okay, so credit goes to Hood then. Fuck Heroes Reborn. Fuck John. I was wrong. Love you, bro. So Hood said, Hood said, can you tell us a little bit about Mike? What it was like? And Chris gave this really heartfelt story, told us some really good stories, and he said, you guys need to get Frank on from Aspen Comics. So, ladies and gentlemen, Frank from Aspen Comics. Frank, how you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Hello, gentlemen. How you doing?
What up, dog?
What's happening, man?
So I gotta ask, how do you say your last name?
Mastromauro.
Mastromauro. Yeah, but one of the two, there's a couple of things I like to always say. I hate messing people's names up. So if I get the opportunity, I'm going to ask,
Sure.
But anyways, so you heard me telling the story about this, and it was just a really good, probably the next 30 minutes of the conversation. And in doing my little bit of research, I'm looking back at pictures at the time, and I see this young kid hanging out at the time, and it's a young Frank. How old were you when you started working with Mike?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna date me, right? First of all, thanks so much for having me on. Really appreciate it. It's great hanging with you guys. I worked at Comic-Con for the first time in 1996. I've been going to Comic-Con since I was 15 years old, and that's the year I met Mike. Witchblade debuted in '94. I actually met him summer in '95, and then I started working Comic-Con in '96, and then officially joined Top Cow the summer of '98. So I've been in comics a very, very, very long time. And Mike, we instantly hit it off. I was, if you'll indulge me for a second, I was at the booth in '95, and at that time, obviously, Comic-Con wasn't the monster that it is now. It was only the first 4 halls, and I was done walking around, and I went by the Image booth. Top Cow was still part of the whole Image booth, and they didn't all have their own separate booths at the time. And all the guys back then, Joe Weems, Marco, Finch, Mike, Joe B, all those guys were supposed to be selling their artwork at the booth. There was a section set up for their art, and literally everybody was just hanging out in the back of the booth, barely talking to anybody, which I'm not ripping on those guys because they were just there hanging out, and they're all some of my closest friends. But I'm like, hey, if you want, I can help you sell some artwork because I'm just chilling. And I wound up selling art for about 2.5 hours, and I sold more in the 2.5 hours that they sold than they sold the entire convention. So instantly, Brad Foxhoven, who was the president of Top Cow at the time, I actually knew him when he was in college because I shopped at his brother's comic book store in Scottsdale, Arizona when I was in grade school at a store called Bowen Board. And it was like no other comic book store you ever went to. There was no trading cards or toys or anything like that. It was just the new comics from this week, old comics from a week or two ago, and then all original art all over the walls from all the people he represented. Dale Keown, Mark Silvestri, Brett Blevins, Ron Garney, just all these different people that he repped at the time. And that's how I got totally into original art. That could be a whole separate story about how much original art I have. I didn't get to show Big Clutch all my art when he was here, but it's still something we got to do at some point. Have an original art. But yeah, so selling all that art for the guys, Brad said, hey, come work for me. And I was like, oh, that's an incredible offer. I can't, because I was going to college. I was working at AT&T. They were paying for my school. I had stocks at the company that weren't invested
you had a
yet.
real man job. You had a real adult job.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I from a very young age, I started working, and I had this crazy job already when I was a teenager, and all my friends working at the, car wash or McDonald's, making $5-6 an hour, and here I am working at this huge corporation, getting stocks and investing in stocks and everything. It was pretty crazy. And so I told Brad, I'm like, sorry, man, I can't come out there, but I can help at Comic-Con. So I helped in 97, and then a lot of stuff changed at work in early 98. I called him up and I'm like, hey, you still want me? And he's like, when can you get out here? My wife was pregnant with our son. We had him, celebrated his 1-year-old birthday on July 1st of 98. And we moved to California 2 days later. And I was in California working for Top Cow ever since.
That's crazy, man.
Of course, until we started Aspen.
Well, talk about meeting Mike then. How did that happen? Like, what was that? Was there a moment?
So that was 95 when I sold the artwork, and he was really grateful because obviously it was his that I sold the most artwork of because everybody wanted Turner art. And I was sitting behind the booth, and Brad brought him in and introduced me to him, and he was awesome. We hit it off instantly. You could tell we were total kindred spirits, same type of attitude, same type of love of life, always joking, never taking stuff too seriously. And we just kind of hit it off. And then he was doing a signing in Arizona that October. And Brad hit me up and said, hey, Mike's going to be doing a signing. Is this too far for you? And I was like, no, that's actually like 20 minutes away. And he's like, all right. So I went to the signing, helped Mike for a little bit as he was finishing up. And then we went out to dinner, and we've been friends ever since. When I walked in the doors at Top Cow, it was hilarious because he's like, finally, you're here, so it was pretty cool. We kept in touch, throughout that year or so that all that stuff was transpiring. But then when I actually started there in 98, instantly we were just good friends. And obviously our relationship grew and matured. And I mean, I spent more time with Mike in my life than my own family, basically, with all the shows and all the trips and all the stuff we would do. And I miss him every second of my life. He was my best friend, and I love him with all my heart. And it's just
it's crazy. He would have been, I believe, 55 this year, if I'm not mistaken. And I tell this story a lot on the channel. My brother had the same type of cancer that Mike had, osteosarcoma. And, I was obviously, growing up in the Wizard Age, and Mike is Michael Turner Art is he's my favorite artist of all time. We talk about him all the time. And I remember when the doctor, mentioned the type of cancer, and I was like, man, that sounds familiar. And sure enough, and you know, I truly believe that if it would have happened 10 years later or 15 years later, we would still have Mike here with us, you know, because my brother was able to be saved, you know, because of the advancements in medicine and stuff. It's just such a bummer. And, you know, over the last couple of years, not just the last couple of years, everybody's been affected in some way by cancer.
Awesome.
Look at that. Yeah. So, you know, it's just such a fucking bummer. It really is. But I believe, the funny thing is every time we haven't met so per se, but I feel like I know you because every time I go to a con, I go to the Aspen booth, and you're one of the best retailer, you know, like people that runs a booth at a con because you're so fucking nice. You're talkative. We talk about this on the industry show all the time, how important it is to you know, be that type of person. But you have been that way for the last, you know, however many years it's been now that you've been doing the Aspen stuff.
For almost 30 years in comics and 23 plus with Aspen. And you know what, man, I appreciate that. It's just the way my mom and dad brought me up. My dad was a very hard-nosed Italian mafioso type dad, and I had to hold the door for my mom every time, and I had to say thank you and be respectful, you know, and that just got ingrained in me. But I never lost my mom. Was so happy-go-lucky and just always had fun and wanted me to live life. And then Mike's mom was the same exact way, and he lived like that. And so when we hit it off, we knew that we wanted to be a company for the fans. Like literally, Mike and everyone at our company cannot do what we do if the fans don't buy our books and appreciate what we do and like our stories and like coming to hang out with us at the booth and everything. So truly, we pride ourselves on being like a super fan-friendly first company. I mean, almost to a detriment a little bit, because we would forego industry events and things like that to do fan events. Like we would, instead of going to, you know, the Harveys, we would go to a fan thing that we got invited to, or it's all kinds of stuff like that over the years. And sure, that kind of didn't help us, you know, with our direct market every once in a while. But for the most part, it really ingrained us with our fans in knowing that, hey, these guys, I want to hang out with them. I want to get their stuff. I want to, you know, chat with them. And we love that. And honestly, I blab all the time. Big Clutch can tell you, I kept him up many late nights when he was
we talked so much. I loved hearing the stories, man. It was so good.
I think it's the Italian in me. I'm always talking with my hands, and I'm always just blabbing, and I drive my family crazy, and I drive everybody crazy. But you know what?
You also drive crazy.
Yeah, I also drive crazy. Yeah, I'm an A-type personality, very much so, in most of the aspects of my life. So I am probably more aggressive, you know, subtly than less, and I'm very outspoken and very outgoing. And if I see somebody doing something wrong, I say something, and if I see something happening that isn't right, I do something about it. I just have always been like that, and Mike was the same way, and I think that's why, once again, he and I became such kindred spirits and became so insanely close. Like literally, when he passed away, you know, it was me and two other people in the room when he ultimately passed, and I would have not wanted it any other way. I mean, it was the worst thing I ever gone through my life, but I wanted to be there holding his hand and to say goodbye. You know what I mean?
Fucking A.
It was just, something I had to do, and I would do it a million times over again. Right. So,
yeah.
He loved life. I mean, literally every story you've heard about Mike is 100% true. I mean, whether you were waiting in line for 10 minutes or 3 hours or whatever, he would shake your hand and laugh and smile and say thank you and sign your books and talk to you and have eye contact and literally treat you like you were the only person there for that moment of time. And so many people, unfortunately, don't do that. There's tons of great creators and people that I've met over the years, and so many great friends of ours. But I mean, Mike was literally one of a kind that no matter where he went, every room he lit up, and every restaurant we went to, he would draw sketches for the waiters or waitresses.
I love
and
that.
Every place we'd go, we just had a blast.
I heard he's a pretty damn good pool player.
Totally. He had a pool table at his house that we'd play on all the time. He was great at most sports. And knock on wood, not to pat myself on the back, but I've played sports my entire life, so both of us are super competitive. One time we were in Hawaii, and we went to this, like, it wasn't a dive bar, but it was a restaurant that had a pool table and foosball table up top and everything. And we had a foosball table at the Cow that we used to play on all the time. And he and I were unbeatable. If you look back through some of the old Top Cow books in the back pages of the letter pages, there was always scoring of the foosball tournaments that we had in the office. Peter would put those in the back of the book, Peter Steigerwald. And so we're at Hawaii, and we start playing foosball, and we start schooling all of the locals there. And we start getting them really angry because they couldn't beat us. And our friend Sam, who was a local there, had to totally talk them down before me and Mike got pummeled by about a dozen angry Hawaiian dudes who couldn't beat us at foosball. And of course, in classic Mike style, he bought them all drinks. We wound up hanging out with them, partying for another hour or so. And it was just a great time. You know what I mean? So literally every situation turned into a good situation with him. Even when we would go and he'd have to get his chemo, and we'd sit there for an hour, and he would just give me his smile and suffer through the worst shit of his life. And he'd feel so horrible for a few hours and be like, hey, let's just go veg and play some video games. So we'd go back to his place, and then he'd pass out a few hours later, and I'd go home, and then the next day he'd be back to his normal self. So even that stuff, no matter how crazy and painful and excruciating and debilitating it was, he literally never let it get to him, except for maybe like an hour or two that day, and then just was like, you know what? I'm beating this shit. I'm getting through it. I'm not letting it bring me down. And he would just be himself the next day. It might take him an extra day or two to finish the cover he was working on or whatever page he was drawing, but literally never affected his attitude. And he always just was a shining light.
Whenever I think of Michael Turner, that name pops up in my head. I see an image, and the image I see is Supergirl from the Superman Batman run, the return of Kara Zor-El, and this Kickstarter that's getting ready to end tonight, you guys, or in the next day. It's only got 24, just 24 hours to go. So
yeah, it's tomorrow night at 9.
But his Supergirl is what I see, and I'm sure a lot of his fans probably see that image as well. As a matter of fact, the image I see is that beautiful variant he did, that German Panini variant that he did. That's so homage so many times, and just what an amazing image that was. But his DC stuff,
the Flash.
Oh yeah,
if you could find that rendering of the Flash that he did. Not that one. It's
which one?
Well, we did 207 through 211.
Yeah, so I think it was maybe 207, the first one.
Yeah, so 207 is the one with him basically standing there.
No, that's not it. That's not.
Maybe we'll look at 208.
208 is what the other Flash is.
Yeah, I think it's
I think you're thinking of 211 with the blur.
I think so. Go to 211.
There's 209. I love 209 with the Justice League. That one.
There
right
it is.
there.
That one.
That
one is fucking amazing.
Yeah, first time you ever drew basically all of those villains in the back with Gorilla Grodd and Weather Wizard and all them. But if you go one more cover to 211, so that cover was actually a joke that Peter did for Jeff Johns, and I think I told Clutch this. When we were first starting to do some of the covers and we didn't have any of the Flash covers assigned to us yet, Peter took a blur of all those colors, like put your finger over the Flash body and just see all the blurs. He just did that on a cover, put his signature and Mike's signature on it, and sent it to Jeff Johns and said, "Hey, here's your new Flash cover." And Jeff loved it, like loved it, and showed it to DC Editorial. And they're like, "Oh my God, you guys are doing Flash covers." And that's how we got the 5 Flash covers. And that's why this final cover, 211, was an homage, insider homage for our own amusement for the blur that we did for Jeff Johns. And then Mike drew the little body of the Flash, and then Peter did all the rest. So.
There was another cover that I remember that was so important at the time, and I think it was the one for Sam Loeb, the Superman Batman.
AC 26.
Yeah, Superman Batman 26, right?
Yep.
That one was crazy.
You know, Jeff's son Sam was fighting the same type of cancer as well with Mike, and so that's why we were friends with Jeff Loeb, but became amazingly close with him, and we did a lot with him and his family and with Sam because him and Mike were fighting cancer, the same cancer at the same time as well. So it was pretty crazy, and yeah, for Mike to do that cover for the tribute was something he, of course,
it's heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking at the time, but it's even more heartbreaking now, and important. You know, this should be one of the covers that people covet out of his entire run, in my opinion. He obviously, the other covers that we geek out over here about are the G.I. Joe covers. You know, we've talked to Josh Blaylock about the Renegar edition time and time again. We always talk about it, and that cover is so iconic to G.I. Joe fans, which is crazy, right?
Yeah,
you know,
it's insane. Literally, we have maybe a small handful of those left, and every time anybody even gets a sniff that we have one, they're like, "Oh my God!" Yeah, that cover was awesome. I mean, we did several Joe covers, but man, yeah, the Snake Eyes Storm Shadow cover is pretty ridiculous.
It's fucking. I'm gonna bring that up too. And if I'm not mistaken, the way that happened is it said is his last name said Renegar? Can you explain that again? How that happened? Because wasn't he like a website curator or something?
No. So Renegar and Michael Horn, they were the people who started Palisades Toys.
That's what it was.
And they did all the Muppets and all the different Palisade stuff, and they became some of our closest friends, not just because we would display next to them pretty much at every show throughout the year, but we would go, me and Mike are terrible luck for the Philadelphia Eagles. We went to the final game at the old stadium and they lost, and then we went to the first brand new game and tailgated and went to the first opening game of the Link and they lost. So Michael Horn never let us go to another Eagles game with him because he said we were bad luck for the Eagles. But we would go to Palisades all the time. We were on their comp list. We would get all their Muppets, all the different toys and everything. And Renegar was such a massive Joe fan. And that's how all of that came into being, because he's like, "Oh my God, you guys got to do a cover and let's call it the Render Edition and blah, blah, blah." And we're like, okay. And so, yeah, we totally did that cover for him.
It's so beautiful. And there's so much like mythos around this cover, right? The stamping of the silver on the G.I. Joe, sometimes most of the time is offset. And it makes it even harder to get one that's in a high grade book on this one. People didn't know much about it when it first came out, and it was also one of the very first variants I remember. To me, when I think of the variants where like in my head I remember going, "Oh, okay, that's a variant comic," where the Gen 13 issue 1 variant box and then the Michael Turner 21 G.I. Joe 21 graham crackers. And it felt like graham crackers was the Jamie Graham was doing the variants before a lot of people even got into the game.
Yeah. That's why, we would do it with him and Chris Conklin and a few of the other retailers back then, and totally do variants just for them. You know what I mean? Much different than nowadays, even though I still will always give us credit. We were the first one to do a Marvel variant on Civil War.
Oh, yeah.
We were the first one to do a DC variant.
I remember that.
On Batman. So
let's talk about that, because that's a big deal. Those Civil War variants, you know, is another thing that Mike was known for, and people collect those. But that's the crazy thing is at the same time, you know, you guys had your own web store and you were doing your own variants for these books, which was nuts as well, you know?
Yeah, we tried. Truthfully, dude, we have so many incredible people in this industry that we're friends with, and we were so grateful to kind of kick off this trend or whatever you want to call it way back when. And we premiered this book at Wizard World Philly. It was 3,000 copies. We're like, oh my God, we're going to have these all summer. Literally, me and Chris Roop, Chris was standing on a chair yelling cash only because it was taking too long to charge people's credit cards. And he had 2 white boxes next to him on the floor so that the moment someone handed him the 20s or whatever, he would just drop them in the box, give them their book, and let them move on. And we were getting yelled at because the line was so long at Wizard World Philly. Like, literally, people were coming up to us like, hey, can you? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you want us to do. Like, it was insanity. Like, insanity. Hundreds and hundreds of people were in line to get that book, and we sold out Saturday morning out of 3,000 copies. Like, can you imagine that now? Like 3,000 copies at a con selling out in just over a day. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
insane. Like, insane.
It was again, you guys were at the forefront of a movement and the forefront in the industry for sure. You know, I saw ICV2 put up a post recently where they talked, where Milton wrote a post talking about how variants kind of have saved the comic industry, and they are the vast majority of a comic shop's or a comic retailer's sales are through variant comics, which is nuts. What are your thoughts on the current world of variant comics? Is it good for the industry, bad for the industry? I'm sure it's a little bit of in between on everything, right?
Of course, yeah. So let me preface that answer quickly by saying the last 4.5 years of our life, we have literally done the complete opposite of what everybody else is doing right now in terms of having live streams and multiple variants and all this different stuff, which we literally, like you said, helped pioneer, which I'm so grateful for. And our co-owner, David Maisel, who is the founder of Marvel Studios, he has completely changed the whole dynamics of us in terms of, hey, I want you to focus on one thing, and it's been tough, honestly, even though it's been amazing. We've had Ecos come out, and we have this brand new property that we're very proud of, and with all the variants and all the craziness I've seen, and with the way the Absolute universe has completely just blown up, the way all of those variants are handled and the way they come out. I mean, literally, Comic-Con stuff has already sold out before the show even happens on these live streams I've been watching and everything. So what I've been doing, and to answer your question, I honestly don't know if it can sustain, right? But there's so many ebbs and flows in our industry.
Yes.
I've been through everything, and I feel this will last a while longer, but it's going to be impossible for every Absolute to have 100+ covers and all these people to just sell all these hand over fist, with all these whatnot buyers for just so much of a higher price point than what they actually should be. Maybe I don't know. Like, it's all subjective, of course, right? And if someone's going to pay for it, they're paying for it, and that's what's happening right now. And I definitely can never fault anybody for making their coin, because over the years I've had tons of mastermind ideas that some have worked amazingly and other ones have crashed and burned. So
you have one of the things that's interesting for your point of view, and this is what I love, and we're gonna you've been on the show once, Frank. We're gonna bug you to come on more, and I'd love to break this down even more on the industry show. Yeah. But you've seen those ebbs and flows, and one of the things that I like to say over here is I think that comics is so exciting right now. It's been more exciting and more beneficial or profitable for the people in the industry than it has in 5 or 10 years, it feels like.
Definitely.
But we can see the edge. You can see the fuckery that happens, and you can see it. And by seeing the edge, you know that sometimes we get close to that edge, and there's certain things that aren't going to help. Certain things that, people might be like, oh, you're kind of complaining about nothing there, but you can definitely see the edge in this world. And there is, when it comes to retailers spending the money for a lot of the variants for the big two publishers, it is very expensive to get in that game.
Oh yeah. Believe me, we have 50 or 60 exclusives that we've done over the years with DC and Marvel. I mean, some of them don't even exist anymore. When we did our Harley exclusive, it crushed our website. We did 9,000 Harley exclusives. 9,000, and that was just the A cover. That doesn't even count the sketch cover or the hatless Harley or the charity Harley, or I mean. Like,
this was one of the craziest moments in comics. That I'm so glad that you brought this up, because it felt like this is one of the moments that should be documented, and like I remember this variant, Delado was putting out a couple variants at the time. There was a couple artists and a couple of retailers that were doing this, and this was a major moment in the world of variant comics. And you said 9,000 of these you sold?
Yeah. I mean, when all said and done, I think we sold like 8,000 and change or whatever because of whatever, but we printed 9,000 of that particular cover, and then another 3,000 of the black and white, 1,500 of the hatless, and 1,000 of the pink.
Wow.
So the pink's the rarest, and everybody thinks the pink is a second print, but they were all printed at the same time. We just didn't release the pink one until we did this charity with why am I spacing?
Legal defense one, comic book legal defense.
No. It was
Hero. Hero
Humble Bundle.
Humble Bundle. I remember that.
It was,
yeah.
Yeah. It was through Humble Bundle where we did a big thing and it all went to charity. Oh, what book is that? I can't see what you're holding up. Oh, yeah, that's a nice book. Yeah.
Let me show this. Cover. Oh yeah.
Mama.
Yeah, that's a cool cover.
Mama.
I mean,
what a great cover.
So many great books over the years that have been done and been. But the crazy thing is, and I want to ask a little bit about this. Mike's been gone a long time now, and you're still putting out art.
So 18 years, and believe me, I get it all the time. When Mike draw this? He's been gone forever. I get it. We have maybe less than 5-10 pieces left of something we could even make out of something. So everything we've been doing, I mean, it's not going to be only Mike. We're building up. We have a lot of new stuff in the works. This DC campaign is finished up now. We wanted to do that with our friends at Clover because we did the Marvel one and the DC one complements it. I mean, obviously, it's not like we're going to do another DC book. There's no more stuff to do, right? So you probably won't see as much Mike stuff in the future. Obviously, we'll still have stuff here or there. Our 25-year anniversary is coming up. We'll, of course, have probably some remastered Fathom stuff, Soulfire stuff, whatever stuff. I'm still kind of figuring out all my...
You know what, Frank? I'll be honest. I'm going to speak for myself on this. I don't care. I want Michael Turner art in the comic world.
I don't care either.
If you can put out Michael Turner art and it looks good and it reminds me of Michael Turner and what an amazing artist he is, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, put it out.
Well, like I said, Mike was my best friend. I love him with all my heart. I'm keeping his legacy alive to our best ability. Every one of us at work, we know what Mike meant to us, and we until we can't do it anymore or something, we are literally gonna keep Mike's legacy alive. So you will for sure see stuff. It's just with this and the Marvel book, we're just out of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just tough. Like, that particular piece was a piece that was on a Jim Lee combo cover for Wizard. It was only on a Wizard program cover. So Peter recolored it, and we did it for the exclusive for the campaign. So we'll have those 3 versions come out, and spoiler alert, there's going to be a 4th version that we'll have ourselves, which has never been announced yet till right this second.
Oh wow! So
But,
where is that? How is that going to be able?
That'll be an Aspen exclusive that we'll put out after the campaign's fulfilled. So we just finished fulfilling Ecos Volume 2 last month. Right now, I've been, honestly, for the last 3 days, just buried in our Fathom Timeline Omnibus campaign book, because that campaign finished up for us about 2 months ago, and the book goes to print next week, and we're just finalizing all of the correct timeline order and making sure all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and it's 820 something pages. So it's just taken a while because a lot of those files are 25 plus years old. And it's kind of funny, technology, no matter how great it is today, you can't take a 30-year-old book and just reformat it with new Photoshop or something. Like literally it makes it worse. Because it tries to adjust the lettering files and adjust everything, and it blurs, and it just doesn't work. So Mark Roslin, our VP of design, he's been working his ass off trying to make sure the book looks as crisp and as perfect as possible, and he has to rebuild a lot of the older stuff, but it's super close. We're sending it to print next week, and so that will be fulfilling probably end of August, early September, and then we have another campaign coming up, and then we'll fulfill this DC book. So we have a lot on the horizon, and then, like I said, 27 is our 24th year. I'm going to be doing a lot of pre-prep for the 25-year anniversary in order to get that going, and I have a pretty crazy idea that I'm going to be meeting with someone at Comic-Con to discuss. That next year might be a pretty big return year for a few things for us. So
Dude, do a brand new documentary.
That's what I would have loved to see.
So Alex Ross Art, right? Sal, he's one of our closest friends. Always been a fantastic supporter of ours and just a great buddy. And they did the Alex Ross Kingdom Come doc. And who knows? I've batted that idea around with him before. So we'll see, because it would be pretty incredible. We did, there is on YouTube, you can find it, back when we were in Santa Monica, this college kid at the time who's now, he's directed a few things, nothing crazy, but he did his final college project as a documentary of Aspen and Michael Turner and everything. So when you watch that, it's cool. It's funny going back and watching it with us so young, like you said. But yeah, it would be now maybe out the 20-year anniversary. So 2028 is not just a massive year for our 25-year anniversary. It's the 30-year anniversary of Fathom, the 25-year anniversary of Soulfire, and it's the 20-year anniversary of Michael's passing. So it's a massive milestone year for us, probably one of the biggest ever in the history of our company. So that might be a pretty good year to maybe do another giant panel at Comic-Con for Mike and maybe premiere a teaser for the documentary or something. That'd be pretty fun. You know what I mean?
We would love to see it over here, man.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
So I mean, you had to have been there, like you were there in the beginning, but the whole drama with Liefeld and Silvestri because he was a part of Silvestri's imprint, and there's a rumor that Liefeld tried to steal him. I mean, is that true? He tried to take him away from Silvestri, and Silvestri went ape shit and like he's mine.
So that was slightly before my time, because that was when Mike first started on Witchblade. And I definitely have heard the same stories as you. I'm sure there's some sort of truth to every story, right? And then some fabrication that gets made. Mike obviously was in such high demand. I mean, when Mark Alessi started CrossGen and all these different companies, I mean, everyone called us and called Mike and was like, hey, we want to buy Aspen. We want to do this. Started right when we first started. And the thing about us, truthfully, and I look back at it and I'm like, did we make the right decision? I'm like, yeah, we made the right decision. Because when me and Mike decided to leave the cow, it was the final leg of the tour, because we did that massive promotion for Fathom 12, where if a store ordered 1,000 copies, we would do a signing at your store. And that was my brainchild. And
Man,
I
I
thought
don't
we
remember
did
that. That's
maybe-
crazy, dude.
Maybe 15 or 20 stores. We got 67 stores signed up for that. 67.
Oh my god.
So I printed up a map of the United States, like a full map, and made like a giant. I circled areas and I plotted it all out, and it took months, like literally months to put together. And Chris Roop, that's when he and I really became really, really good friends, because he was like, hey, I can help you with this and da-da-da. And I mean, he was probably just doing it so that me and Mike would stay at his store longer when we went there. But
Sort some books.
yeah, exactly. Chris is, you know, one of my closest friends, and I love him with all my heart. And he helped me get all that accomplished. And we started the tour in 2000, right, when the book first came out. And we were splitting it up right before Comic-Con and then right after Comic-Con. We were giving Mike a Comic-Con break, right, for about 3 weeks. We were doing a part of the tour in the spring and early summer, right before Comic-Con, ending it around like the third week of June, and then picking it back up, I believe, if my memory serves properly, like very end of July or first week of August. And about 2 weeks before Comic-Con, Mike comes in and says his hip is hurting. And that's when he went to the doctors, and they did the surgery the very next day and took 8.5 pounds of bone out of his body and literally changed Mike's life, right? And so everybody on the second leg of the tour was like, oh my God, you guys are never going to come and you're canceling and all this. And I made a solemn promise to them. I'm like, we will not cancel. We are coming to your store. I don't know when, I don't know how, but we will get there, right? And so Mike went through all the stuff end of 2000 and 2001 and then was feeling better. And so we reset the last 12.5 stores roughly for 2002, and we did those that summer. And so much had changed, the landscape of Image, people were leaving, stuff was changing, Finch left for Marvel, all these different things were going on. And Mike was just getting back, and Fathom had been out, you know, not on the shelf for 1.5 years and everything. And it just was such a different vibe, and just so not the same company that he had left. Matt was taking it in a different direction at the time, and just so much was going on, for better, for worse. You know, it was just the way him and Mark were steering the company at that time. And so it just, at the end of that tour, it was just an idea of, hey, what would happen if we left, right? Like, what would happen? Like, and we left about a month later. We gave our
Aspen Comics is born
in October of 2002, and we premiered Aspen in spring of 2003. And then we did our lawsuit for a little while with Top Cow, which thankfully is all water under the bridge and everything. And that was honestly a blessing in disguise. Like, everything we tried to turn into a positive. Like, I know it sounds so cliche, but for me and Mike, it was like, no, like literally we're doing what we want to do on our own, and let's go. Like, literally, let's go.
That's such a big part of the industry now, Frank. It's unreal. And you guys were an example of like some of the, again, forerunners into, you know, the change of the industry, where now our artists and creators can be, you know, not only artists and creators, but they can be retailers. They can you know, run their own companies, create their own websites, you know, fulfill their own projects. Like there was this big thing that happened during that time period. that was just, again, I think that a documentary, not only on Mike's life, but we talk about this all the time too. There should be multiple like documentaries on, or not even documentaries. I would love to see like a TV series on the Image Comics world, you know? And
that'd be awesome, wouldn't
it be just so good? And you know, not just the original guys who started Image, but you know, the breakdown after that, Mike, Finch, Scott, you know, all these different guys that you know, it basically was comics for a good 20-year period. And
what an incredible time with the competitiveness and just seeing cool book after cool book after cool book on the shelf, and everybody trying to one up each other. And it was a great time to be in comics. Don't get me wrong, I've collected comics since I was 5 years old, but that was such a just fun time, and being in the middle of it was even funner, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Trying to, I guess, blaze our own path, yet still stay grounded and still have the appreciation for all the people, because, oh my God, Mike could have been like, I'm not doing that, da 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 da, right? But literally, he would bend over backwards to try to get something done to help other people out, and that's why
the most important thing is sharing that knowledge with others, right? Like it helps breathe the next generation. One of the things that you guys were a part of, and you know, you might not have any you know, response to this, but back during this time period, there was this amazing thing called chromium covers, chromium holofoil, and the chromium holofoil that was coming out from Top Cow, Aspen, this time period, the Darkness, Fathom, Witchblade,
Darkness 11.
Oh my God, dude!
Darkness 11. A lot of people, it was hilarious. There was 2 different versions of that chromium cover, because one, they did it with the wrong chromium that we had requested. And so instead of us sending those books back, they said to keep them, and then they sent us the correct ones. So that's why Darkness 11, if you actually have both of them, there's one that has like square looking chromium.
Yes.
And then one that has like angled, like there's 2 different versions of the chromium.
Dude, this one right here, the hollow, they call it the hollow plaid, is one of the most beautiful covers. And if it was a mistake, that makes it even greater, dude. You know what I mean?
I don't quote me, because I truly don't remember which was which at the time. I was the one setting all the print runs, and I was the sales director at the time at Top Cow. So I was the one who was, you know, setting the overruns and setting all the stuff for Diamond and for, you know, all the retailers and distributors. And yeah, that was a crazy time, and that was a lot of fun. And those Fathom 12s, oh my gosh, every time one of those pops up.
Oh, here we go. Look at this.
Love them.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, it's not gonna let me open it. Come on, please let me open it. Oh, but you could tell it was just beautiful. They have, and it feels like that ability to make those chromium covers from that they did back in the early 2000s, late 90s is gone, because I don't see this type of technology out right now.
No, the way it's progressed, they don't have that type of paper anymore, and they just don't make it. So literally, technology has aged out certain things, which we talk to the printers. I talk to them ad nauseum, like every week, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, can we try this? Oh, can we do that? Because once again, zero pat myself on the back, but I always try to push the envelope. Like in our whole entire career, I've always tried to look at what's getting done and do something that either tops it or complements something that's getting done. So that way, when you look at one of our books or whatever we produce, you're like, holy shit, that's pretty awesome. And on our Michael Turner Creations hardcover book, which was the first Kickstarter campaign we ever did, I actually did a liquid cover on the book. I did it like those old squishy things on keepers and stuff, right? But literally, they had to invent the technology for me to do what they were doing, because they're like, I don't know if we could do that. I'm like, literally, we got like 30, 40 different samples of stuff. And even now, 4.5 years later, the liquid didn't hold up inside. Like, basically, it just looks like a plastic wave on the cover because the liquid. But I mean, when it first came out, it was pretty crazy, and I was pretty proud of it. I haven't tried it again since, but I'm sure the technology is way better for something like that now. But I mean, there's so many different covers now. I mean, when those guys did the glass cover?
Oh yeah,
all the different things that have been done.
leather,
Yeah,
suede,
leather bound and suede,
velvet.
and the cool little velvety ones. Yeah, there's so many different things now. It's pretty cool to see. And like I said, to go back to your question from way earlier, this time period in comics is so different even than 5 years ago. And as Big Clutch knows, I'm studying it. I don't know if that's the right word to say. I'm wrapping my mind around it. He and I had a lot of conversations about it, and I'm trying to figure out the best way for us as a company to utilize and excel what is currently taking place, but do it in a respectful way, and make sure we have our books come out so people dig them and everything. So
I've got an idea.
Yeah,
let's hear it.
Well, after.
Okay, afterwards. Afterwards.
Okay. Well, so for us, you know, I've just been a sponge the last couple months, like absorbing as much information as possible and watching as many live streams as possible and taking little cues from people and seeing the way it's getting handled. And it's been pretty awesome and eye-opening, and it's been a pretty great learning experience. So I'm excited to start implementing it as we start to kind of get back into the swing of things with not just doing our crowdfunding stuff, but also start getting books out with Lunar and with Universal and all of our buddies. We are a part of that big diamond lawsuit to get our stuff back. Right?
Fucking A, hell yeah.
And so I didn't want to start with Lunar or Universal or any of them until all of our inventory was back. We have our own inventory at Aspen store, you know, that Chris has, but that's kind of our stuff for the store and for cons and things like that. So I didn't want to start tapping in and start changing numbers and start rearranging inventories for stuff. So hopefully there's some good light at the end of that tunnel that it looks like. So if we can get at least a good percentage of our stuff back pretty soon, then you'll start seeing a lot more Aspen stuff in stores. Probably not till next year, I would say, because it's going to take a good 6 months to get the train out of the station again. Once we do, then it'll just be, once the train gets going, it's hard to stop.
Yeah.
Even Denzel couldn't stop it. So.
Well, listen, man, we've been following this whole thing with Diamond over the last couple of years now. It's absolutely wild. And I am, you know, would love to see you guys get your books back. And, you know, I'd love to break that down even more when you're able to talk about it on the industry show, because to me, that's one of the most wild things is that they have so much product of these companies and these people, and they don't care. They're not, you know, they're going to figure out a way not to have to give it back. And that's ridiculous.
It's literally been pure insanity. It's like saying, hey, the sky's green. And it's like, no, it's blue. And nope, it's green. You guys, that's how it is. Like, sorry, you just have to accept it. And it's like, no, like, that's not what was in the contract. That's not what, you know, we've been abiding by for 23 years. And now you're saying it's different just because it's different to you. That's not how the law works. And so that's what's all getting figured out at the moment. And hopefully, like I said, it looks like there's some light finally shining through. And I know everyone who's a part of the lawsuit and everybody on the other side, you can tell that just wants to get this done with now.
Put it behind them.
Yeah, I guess we've just been too much of a thorn in their side, and they just want to get done with it. So thankfully, there might be some good news soon.
Oh yeah, well keep the pressure on their necks, man, because
for sure.
it is you know, there's right and there's wrong, and what they've done is definitely wrong, and everybody can see it. So tell us about San Diego this year. What's on the plan? Do you have plans? What's the plans for San Diego for Aspen?
So, as Big Clutch knows, as I said, I've been going to Comic-Con since I was 15. I've been working it since 1996, roughly, you know, officially since 98. We've been exhibiting as Aspen every single year, except of course for the 2 years during COVID or whatever. This will be our first year we're not exhibiting.
Oh, wow.
So I had a severe injury. I tore the bicep off my arm. Just about 3 months ago now. And as Big Clutch knows, I'm still not allowed to lift anything or do anything. And we also
He does though.
I know I'm not.
He does.
In 28 years, 20 and a half years, our studio is in Southern California, and we relocated to Ohio during the holidays, during winter, for a whole bunch of different reasons. And just logistics wise, with my injury, with the way our schedule was planning out this year, I spoke to them and I was just like, hey, this is one of our worst hardship years since Michael Turner passed away with my injury. And without me being able to get everything ready here, we just cannot have a good show. And literally, it's not about, it's always about making the money, right? But for us, if we can't put on a good show for the fans and have cool products and have cool stuff and show up and show out, then it's not
I don't blame you.
a
I
good
respect
show for
that.
us. So
Yeah.
I spoke with them. Comic-Con was incredible with us. They were like, yeah, you guys have been with Comic-Con longer than we have, the people I was speaking with on the phone. So they're like, take a year off. We'll take care of it and we'll see you next year. So I appreciate that greatly because truthfully, we've structured our company around Comic-Con year after year, and we have so much stuff that we've always premiered there. And it's not something that I take lightly. And never take our boot spot for granted because, as you guys all know, we have one of the best boot spots you could ever ask for at Comic-Con, and we earned that. That wasn't given to us. It took us years to earn moving to that spot, and I definitely didn't want to jeopardize losing it. So we're excited because I'm still going, so I'll still be there.
Hell yeah.
I have a lot of meetings set up, a lot of different things going on, a lot of stuff I got to help with. So I'll still be there for the full week, and I will be around. So I just want to have a home base. Like that'll be weird.
Brian.
Yeah.
Like you should go to aspen.com, aspencomics.com. Like they've got so much Michael Turner heat. It's not even funny. Like
Bro.
convention exclusives. Like, dude, like it's not even funny. And it's like low key. Like me and Big Leg talked about it because they had some Campbell variants too back then. But they've got so much good stuff. If you want to pick up a cool variant from Michael Turner, like they have it there in the store.
Well, not only
Like,
that,
if you go to
Whatnot, by the way, when Franco they host a Whatnot, how often? Like a couple times a month?
So I have been dabbling into the Whatnots. I've been using Chris's stream for the Roops Comics stream, and I've been making a exclusive for each month that's only been released on Whatnot, and I will be doing a live stream from Comic-Con, not the show floor, but at Comic-Con, and we have some pretty crazy stuff going on. Me and Big Clutch were formulating some good ideas a few weeks back, and so I'm excited because we have some really good stuff that we'll be having on our Whatnot on the Roops Comics one. So excited for that. That's a lot of fun.
Another thing that you guys do so well are like your hardcovers and your collected editions. They're of the utmost quality, excellent. If you guys are Turner fans and you guys want to go check out a lot of the Fathom stuff or the Soulfire stuff, I would suggest you check out some of the collected editions that Aspen Comics does. They're absolutely gorgeous. And then
for a lot of people, Ecos obviously is our newest book. The Timeline Omnibus isn't out yet, of course. That's just for pre-order. But that was a big art collection book we did a few years back. When we did this.
badass.
It was one of the biggest digital art drops ever. It was pretty crazy. We're a small company, but we like to try to cast a very huge shadow, right? We like doing stuff well, I guess, and that's to our detriment a lot because it means a lot of late hours and a lot of long weekends and a lot of TV dinners, right? Mike used to say that he was so happy all the fans bought his books so that he was able to afford as many TV dinners as he had to eat, because when everybody else was out partying and everything, he was at home putting a TV dinner in the microwave, drawing pages. You know what I mean? Mike wasn't slow. He wasn't fast. He never did a lot of extra stuff like warm-up sketches, especially the last 8.5 years of his life, because he was always in so much pain that literally every single thing he drew, we had to use because there was no him having time to redo it, right?
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of questions. I wanted to say hi to everybody. Thanks for being here. I see a lot of awesome people saying that they're big fans, which is fantastic.
Well,
Somebody asked,
somebody
what was Mike's last piece?
Wait, say that again, Frank.
Somebody asked what was Michael Turner's last piece that he ever drew.
Uh-huh.
So it was an interior page to Soulfire. And I will never in my life not give Joe B all the props in the world. He's one of our dearest friends. And when Mike passed away, he was immediately the first person to step up, come to us and be like, hey, I'm finishing Soulfire for you guys. And he worked off of the layouts that Mike still had available. And then he finished the final issue all by himself with us. And I will never not be grateful for what he did for Mike and for us, finishing up Soulfire. And Soulfire issue 8, page 6 was the last page that Mike ever did. And then if you look at Soulfire number 10, Mike was drawing that in the middle of drawing that cover for solicitations. And if you look at the Soulfire 10 cover, it's only sketched out. And so Peter finished it with painted colors and everything on it. But that was Mike's last cover that he unfortunately never finalized or finished, but it was sketched out enough for Peter to go in and, you know, finish it up for him. So yeah, it was
Wow.
It was
That's
some
cool.
Soulfire stuff.
Shout out to Raymond Gay. His wife is in the chat. She says Michael Turner was Raymond's biggest inspiration aside from Mark Silvestri. That's two
that's
great
awesome.
Inspirations. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Mike Choi was also a part of Top Cow, says Ultra Maximus. Shout out to Mike Choi, another great artist.
What? What's up,
yeah.
Choi?
Yeah, he's one of the good guys.
So, a little story about Choi. I don't know if he'll like me telling this, but I'm one of the reasons he's in comics.
Frank, Mike is one of our favorite people over at Beyond
He's
Wednesdays.
awesome,
We love his social media as of late, especially.
Yeah, he's amazing. I've known him since before he started in comics, and literally that foosball table I told you about at Top Cow, when it got so used and abused from us playing on it all the time, instead of us throwing it away, I had everybody do sketches on it. Dave Finch, at the time, Francis Manipool, Michael Turner, Joe Benitez, you name it, people sketched on it right, all around the foosball table. And we put it up for auction, and Mike Choi is the one who bought it because he asked if he bought it, if then I could get him a meeting, or he wanted a meeting with Renee, or he had talked to Renee that if he bought it, he would drive out from Texas, where he was at the time, pick it up, and then do a portfolio review with Renee.
No way.
And so he totally set all that up. He came out, picked up the foosball table, met with Renee, and then the rest, you know, his talent, just the rest is history. He's amazing. I love Mike. I don't get to see him enough as I want to because he's a great guy, and I've known him a very, very long time.
Well, he is. We couldn't agree with you more on that.
He's got one of the best variants that is super scarce. The Tim Duncan Punisher.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Because
that he did for Heroes and Fantasies in San
yeah,
Antonio.
Huge Spurs fan. Yeah, we were there when Tim Duncan and TP were at the con. That was awesome meeting them. I haven't got to meet Wemby yet. I'm excited to meet Wemby when I get a chance.
Good luck.
I know.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude.
It's the hottest ticket right now. He's rebuilding downtown,
Nice
man.
shirt. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
man.
Giant
I
kid
don't know.
right there.
Man, with all my heart, I love Brunson played his heart out. I mean, they all played great, but did Knicks win or did Spurs lose?
I think the Spurs lost it for sure.
That was a crazy
but I'm a
series.
Knicks fan, so you can't count the Knicks out. They're the comeback kids.
Oh, no, not at all. No, yeah. Like I said, if you guys get to know me, I'm massive sports dude, which is hilarious because all of us at Aspen, like in our free time, me, Mark, and Vince, we were on a football league. We had our own basketball league. I play softball with Big Clutch back in California.
We've heard stories about that. Yeah, that's cool.
Literally, that's all we did in our spare time was play sports. Now Mark has 2 kids, so that's all his time. And I'm actually a new grandfather, so I guess that's going to be all of my time now.
Hell yeah.
So, see.
Hell yeah.
I like
Congrats.
how. Well, I just
Thank
want to
you.
say I like how artists like evolve and get better.
Totally.
And it's heartbreaking that he's not here anymore, because the way it was going, he like right now, if he was still around, like there would be nobody better.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a fact.
Yeah. Could you imagine what his art would look like now if we would have done that Marvel project? I mean, it's no secret
Explain
anymore.
that. Yeah, explain that, because I don't know if everybody knows about that.
So 18 years ago, so I'm sure it's okay to talk about, but literally our DC contract had run up, and Marvel, of course, Jeff Loeb had moved over there. He wanted us to do a new project with him, since we had done Superman, Batman with him at DC, and Johns was, in a whole new job at DC running all the movie stuff. So stuff had changed there for us. Dan DiDio had left. A lot of the editors we knew had moved on or were in different spots. So it was just different. So we've always had a great relationship with Marvel anyway. And they said, hey, come do some stuff with us. And that's what started all of our Marvel covers. And the first run, was the 10 FF covers we did. And then obviously Civil War just blew the doors off of everything. And I mean, you couldn't go anywhere without seeing Mike's cover. I mean, me and Mike were on a flight one time to a convention, and that cover was on the cover of the magazine in the airplane. Like, that was insanity, And our project, all the Wolverine stuff that we've used over the years for the different covers. I mean, Mike did a ton of Wolverine studies, because we were doing a Wolverine story, and it was basically going to be akin to something like Wolverine versus the Marvel U, because Jeff was just going to throw in everything in the kitchen sink. And obviously Mike was going to have a Wolverine Hulk fight for me, because anybody who knows me knows that Incredible Hulk has been my favorite character my entire life. And all of the Hulk covers Mike drew, I still have all the original art for those and everything. And it would have been pretty insane, because it was going to be a Wolverine miniseries with Mike drawing it, Jeff Loeb writing it.
Wow.
Of course, the rest of our team finishing it up. It would have been ridiculous.
Hey,
ridiculous.
Frank, can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Outside of Michael drawing his own created characters, right? Obviously, he had a huge passion, because you could tell by just the work, What did he look forward to drawing the most? Like I know he did a ton of work for DC and a ton of work for Marvel. What character can you think of? Like, some character, like some artists say, I can't wait to get my hands back on Supergirl.
So-and-so,
So what was he most passionate about looking forward to?
So that's an awesome question that's fully loaded, right? Because Mike never read comics as a kid. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know that, but he never collected comics, never read comics. I mean, it wasn't until he moved to San Diego, lived with his mom, was honestly going to school to be a doctor, was in Choi foot karate, and he broke his ankle. And so on the downtime, he was drawing with his mom. His mom knew Shell Dorf from Comic-Con at the time, and was like, hey, why don't you draw something and go to the show and see if someone likes your stuff. And then that's when he went and submitted to Top Cow. And literally, Mike started absorbing everything like a sponge. He bought, Jay Lee's Strike Files. Is that what it was called?
Right.
And so many different books. That's why when you look at some of his stuff from Ballistic, it kind of had a Jay Lee influence at first. And then, of course, he had a Mark influence, and then a little bit of a Finch influence, because he was working with Finch in the studio. And then he just started to develop his own. And so as he started finding all these different characters, I think truly Mike didn't have any preconceived notion of what Batman or what Spidey or what any of these characters should have looked like. He was just drawing them the way he wanted to draw them, and looking at some reference, of course, so he got the eyes right and the costume right. But that's why 95% of every character he drew, everybody's like, holy shit, Mike did such a good job on that, right? Like, he had never once drawn Namor or who was Silver Surfer, and then you look at his Surfer, it's like, oh my god, I want a whole entire book by Mike drawing Surfer or something. You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
And so I will say, I mean, you are right. He loved drawing Aspen and girls, but going with men, he really liked doing Batman's cowl. Like he liked drawing the ears. It's hilarious. If you look at the very first Batman he ever drew, it was in Wizard magazine, and it was the piece where they used to do the verses and have a hot artist come in and draw two characters that technically at the time hadn't really been together much or something or fought. And Mike did Batman versus Spidey, and he totally referenced Jim's Batman at the time because he gave him short little ears. Did the cape all big and sprawling. And I'm like, hey, why don't you look at this? And I gave him Simon Bisley's Judge Dredd Batman book, and he loved it. And then he changed Batman's ears all long. Which is hilarious. Because of course I'm like, try this, do that, try this. Blah, blah,
Is this the image right here?
Yeah, that's Mike's first ever Batman drawing right there.
Look at that, you guys.
First ever. Yep.
So that was in, looks like Wizard,
which issue? 170 something.
I
don't remember, but
yeah, I got to find out what issue that was. But that's the image. That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's the stories I love. Was there anything that you know of? We have. So one of the things that we love to do is we keep track of creator firsts, right? We have Mike on the list, and I'm going to run this by you to see if there's might be anything that you know of that might be, before or something that we're missing. Let me see here, Turner. Here we go. So for first work, I've got Cyberforce number 9. He did pencils and worked on the cover as well of that. Is that true?
Yep. Should be. I'd have to look at some of those older books. Because like I said, that was even before me at Top Cow. So
the first cover that I know but here's the biggest question is his first cover, I believe, was released in Germany, not even the US. It was a Witchblade cover. Do you know about this?
Witchblade number 1?
Let me show you this. Let me see if I can find it.
I thought his very first cover was that Witchblade thing that came out through American Entertainment.
Let me see if I can find it here.
That's a great question, though. I'm gonna have to ask Peter.
Yeah, that's another great question. Talk about Peter, because Peter Steigerwald is another guy that of course, very close in your guys' friend group as well, and an amazing creator in his own mind.
Yeah, Peter is my brother, who me and him fight like cats and dogs, but it's because we love each other.
So good.
But yeah, Peter, he had left Top Cow before we left Top Cow, and then when me and Mike were starting Aspen, obviously Mike talked to Peter and was like, hey, you want to go have some fun with us? And Peter's like, sure, I'm not doing anything else at the moment, kind of, you know what I mean? It was like, so kind of, maybe he'll tell you a whole different version of this story, but for everything I knew, it wasn't like a giant convincing thing, or he had to be wooed or whatever. He was figuring out what he wanted to do next, and literally the three of us started Aspen in the fall of 2002, and then it was hilarious. We went to, it wasn't Home Depot, it was Staples. We went to Staples, I think, or Office Max. I'm trying to remember exactly where we went. And me and Mike, it was hilarious. We're walking around with a cart, and we're like, how many phones do you think we need? And it's like, well, I need one, Peter need one. So we're just like, let's get 4. That way we have an extra. So we got 4 phones. And then we're like, hey, you want some Post-its? Or like, it was hilarious. Like, we had zero clue what we were doing, what we needed. We just went in, spent like $400 or $500 on stuff that probably we didn't need at all. But we were like, hey, we have an office. You know what I mean? We got this little dinky office in Marina Del Rey that was in this drafting building. Like all the ceilings were like 20 feet tall and had big bay windows, but we just had one small little section of it, and we just put a couple desks in there and started working and figuring out what we were going to do. It was crazy.
That's awesome. Fucking A. Well,
I always talk about it. Turner had this ability to draw like a hand, and it almost had that 3D effect because it was that powerful. Like whether it was a Namor or Wolverine or whoever, just and the hand looked like it was coming out of the damn cover. It just was awesome to me.
So that's an amazing observation because you're totally right. Mike excelled at drawing hands and feet, and he loved making sure he got that stuff right, even though it never was. The hands were way too big and the shoulders were way too big, and his whole like anatomy, like when we were making the Apocalypse cartoon and they were trying to take Mike's drawings and go right into the animation, it looked deformed. Like it was so wrong because the way Mike drew, but it always looked right. Like it always just looked so good. And the reason being, two things with Mike when he drew, he had a big mirror, probably the size of my head, like on his desk. And when he drew, he would always have his hand like this. And he'd always put it like in different movements, and he would draw it like that. And he never drew with his hand. You know how most people write and your palm drags and it smudges and causes stuff? Mike drew with his hand up like this. It never touched the paper. That's why all of his stuff was always so clean and crisp. And there was never anything really that he had to erase or anything. Obviously, if there was other holding lines or whatever, but Mike barely ever touched the paper with his other part of his hand. Obviously, if he was like shadowing in something or whatever, he'd put a paper down and do it, right? Yeah. But when he would do his full lines, and so many artists go, you know, like did these 6, 10, 20 motions to make one solid line. Mike was so adept, he would just do one swoosh. And that's how, like, the outlines of legs and arms and hair, like his hair was so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
He would just do these sweeping lines in one motion and just get it. Like, literally, his brain just could send the perfect signals through his body to his hand to that blank page and just draw beauty. You know what I mean?
So this is the book that I was talking about. So in Germany, when they released Witchblade #1, of course, it had the regular cover on it, this cover, but it had this one as well.
Yeah, but that's an interior page from the book.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense then. I'm glad I asked. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's so cool. Yeah,
and,
right?
And Frank, did Mike have a favorite piece of work that he put out, a cover that he looked at and said, man, I really nailed it on this one? Like,
he loved the Quiet Repose Witchblade poster. That was one of his first early pieces that he really loved. And then he loved the Old Man Logan cover.
Yes. That's one of
cover.
Our favorites over here,
that
man.
was one of his favorites. And then Fathom.
Is that the cover with the horse behind him?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because that was one of his favorite pieces right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite pieces.
Mama! And it was a poster from the 90s. Wow, a 27 by 40 inch poster, you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
$2.99 they're asking? Jeez.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell it.
I wouldn't sell it either. Yeah.
I'll sell one for $50.
Hey, you got a seller right here, my friend. You got a seller. You got a buyer. I mean.
I think I have a box of those. A box.
Well, we each need one right here.
Okay.
Frank.
All right.
So.
There you go. I'll hook you up. I got you.
Listen, man. Go ahead. Like
amazing.
I say as a live seller, I'm live on eBay about 4 days a week, 3 or 4 days a week. So I get people come in, young to old. Most people are not on the lower age spectrum there, but people jumping back into comics, people asking for Michael Turner like once or twice a week, which, I encourage requests in there and people say that stuff. And I really don't have a ton of stuff to sell them. I've never really left any Michael Turner books in any of the bins I've been digging in.
Yeah.
If I was standing up, you might recognize me from a lot of cons in your variant box.
Sure.
Right. So stuff like that. So it's like, no, it's just, you don't have a ton of it to sell. So it doesn't matter if there's common issues or anything like that. And so, I think even looking at that, the example of the German issue there, like if you could finding some great, even interior art to recreate something that's never been a cover onto the front of a cover, just so there's something out there, whether it's not not everything maybe has to have like the chromium
Sure.
treatment or something, although that would work as well. But just something so that there's something more, because there's a finite number of that stuff out there. And once people have it in their collections, it doesn't leave. So people are like, do you have Fathom? And I'm like, how many people like Fathom in here? Because there's one guy that likes it. I'm not going to sell it.
Yeah.
There's 5 people that like it. Maybe I'll part with one.
That's why people that complain about that, like that, oh, how many pieces does Turner still have? Is that do they have left to put out still? It doesn't matter. We want it. We want more. Like if there's any way that we can get that stuff and do cool representations that, like, are actually that he would be proud of, or that, and if there's anybody that knows, you're one of the guys that knows, you know what I mean? There's people, his friends that know what he would be cool with and what he wouldn't be cool with. And, if Aspen puts it out, I'm good with it.
Your idea, like I said, is something that I've been knocking around in my head for a while. Like I said, for some discussions I'm having with people at Comic-Con and some stuff for next year and for the 25-year anniversary. So believe me, I gotcha. I'm wavelengthing with you. I have some good ideas in store, and I'm gonna be talking to Clutch and to Chris and to everybody about it. Because here's the thing, besides those guys being my close friends and people I trust, no matter how much we post on our social media and no matter how much we tout our stuff to the heavens, there's no price you can put on having other people supporting you and doing that as well, which I can never not appreciate. And so when I do get ready to unleash all of our Aspen stuff again and have all this new stuff coming up and everything that's going to be down the road, I'm going to make sure it's not just, oh, hey, I didn't even know that was coming out. You only put that on your site or whatever. I'm going to have other people helping us in the fight, kind of, and, touting their horns and pushing it at shows and pushing it on their lives and pushing it all over the place. That way nobody misses it. You know what I mean? That's definitely one of my number one priorities, is ensuring that no matter how much we think we're good at marketing our stuff, having everyone else help is priceless, and you can never have enough people helping do that. You know what I mean?
I know that you have two of the like best people in the comics industry, in my opinion, helping you do that, in Chris Rupp and Big Clutch, and us over here as well, brother Frank. If there's anything we can do to help promote Aspen Comics, Michael Turner, art, anything, you let us know, and we're there for you. He was such a big deal in our lives as comic fans, that one of the things we talk about still to this day is that Michael Turner stuff is still underrated, and it sounds crazy to say that. Dude. It sounds crazy to say that.
Right.
Like Lake brought it up. Like Lake's got Turner books, but I talked to him about it. I was like, when I've gone on Whatnot, like, I'm not going to give it away. You know what I mean? And in my mind, like, I'm not, like, all his books, like $20 and up, man. Like,
it's crazy.
That's how I feel. That's why I'm a hoarder, man. You
can find like Michael Turner autos for like $50 or less sometimes,
ridiculous.
And that is ridiculous. And so
with the
again,
and all that,
I would suggest you guys out there, if you're looking to get some of that stuff, now's the time, because tomorrow the price of the brick is going to go up. Trust me on that.
And to be truthfully honest, I know we got to make money. I hear you. That's been my entire life at this company, running it. But I love helping our fans. That's my number one thing. And so on all of our lives that we've been doing, I've been giving away signed mic books. I've been giving away all different variants. Like I've been hooking people up. I like to do that. Obviously, I can't do it all the time, but literally every show we have some signed stuff by Mike that I pick with whatever our theme is and things like that. And it's cool because I appreciate all the people who come and support us and everything, and you can tell it's growing. And Brian, man, I appreciate you having me on, because I told Chris, I'm like, oh, I'm excited. I was excited to come on here because I've honestly wanted to come on in the past, but it was kind of outside our mind. I never thought about reaching out, and then it was like, okay, but yeah, I definitely want to come back for sure, because there's so many different things we could talk about. I could even do one whole thing where, because I have more Michael Turner art than anybody on the planet, and we could do a whole show where I
I
show
would
off Michael
love
Turner
that.
art.
Bro.
And
I would
show
love
No,
that.
you're
all the
gonna
original-
blow these guys'
Come
brains,
on,
bro.
dude. Can we do a show tomorrow?
So Frank, here's the other thing.
Mondays are open. We
Here's-
might be rubbing our eyes, but Mondays are
Man.
open. Let's do Michael
So
Turner.
so
But
here's
no, that'd be great. I would definitely like to come back and hang out with you guys more often.
the other thing that I will say is I'm being asked to pull up this image of Starfire, which I agree with Igor that it should be a cover.
Agreed. That's probably number one on our list.
Good choice,
Be a cover
Igor.
at some point.
Good choice.
There's actually a recolored version of that we've never showed anybody, that we already have prepped for a cover for something.
Well, listen, man, if there's any way that we can be a part of helping this become a cover, whether it's promotion or anything, you let us know. We're into it.
Okay.
And here's the other thing. We're all going to be at San Diego, or not all of us, but me, Clutch, Leg are going to be in San Diego this year. Frank, I would love to meet up with you and buy you a beer or a burger or something, brother, because I got a lot of respect for what you're doing and over at Aspen, and I can't thank you enough for coming on and hanging out with us tonight. And like I said, we're definitely going to bug the shit out of you to come back, my friend.
For sure.
Don't forget, guys, the link is in the chat too. So the DC, the Kickstarter ends in 23 hours. You got one more day to jump in on this DC art of Michael Turner. So
yeah, we're cruising up to 175. I think we'll still top out around 2 about what we did with the other one, which totally makes sense. I mean, once again, it's been 18 years and we had that stuff out various different times in the past. So now it's all one big, awesome, complete package with a lot of great stuff. So we're pretty excited. Some of the stuff we've already started to put together, started to get ordered. The sticker sheets are probably my favorite thing that we came up with, is those cool sticker sheets, because I'm excited to put some of those.
Oh shit, that's so
when
old
Big Clutch
school.
was here, I
love
put
it,
one of our
man.
Aspen stickers on his computer, and so I'm excited to put one of the DC stickers on his computer.
And look at that Batman. I remember that Batman, like that book when, oh my gosh. And there's the Cars OL, like.
That was cool. It's the little things. Like, I love the book and everything, but I was like, oh, cool. We got some cool sticker sheets.
And this variant right here is going to be a monster on the secondary market. You know, a big part of our channel is built on the secondary market. And if you guys out there, you guys know we love Kickstarters and Kickstarter variants, and the ability to pick up a couple of these. I think, you know, these could pay for your Kickstarter right here.
Totally. You know, like,
absolutely gorgeous.
Those are going to be very under the radar at first, I think, and then they're gonna pop off pretty crazy, I think. But we'll see. I'm excited just to get them out, because we haven't had a book out in a while that wasn't related to Ecos, which, once again, I mean, we've worked our butts off to make Ecos one of the most incredible projects we've ever done. Ecos Volume 1 and Volume 2 are out. Ecos Volume 3 is what we're working on now, along with some other stuff. So it's probably going to be the biggest, craziest trilogy we've ever done for projects, and just to have it out to the world is super, like, I can't be ever ungrateful for that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
25 years ago, it was just a 6-page trailer. You know what I mean? And now it's this massive, giant universe. So we're pretty excited about it. So
yeah, that's pretty special, man. And like you said, you got a big year coming up next year, and that's another thing we would love to help on. You know, just having you jump on the show tonight was
awesome, man.
We're beyond grateful for, brother.
Yeah,
so.
Like I said, awesome hanging out with you guys. I would love to come back more often, and we could do, you know, specific shows for different things. Like I said, whatever you want, I'm game, and it's fantastic. I appreciate all the kind words, and yeah, it's been a long time in this industry, and like I said, it ebbs and flows crazy, and it's a great time right now. So it's going to be a lot of fun cruising around Comic-Con, not having a booth for the first time, and just hanging out with Big Clutch and hanging out at wherever I'm hanging out. I'll be around, so yeah, we'll definitely catch up. But I'll be probably storing my stuff either by Big Clutch's booth or maybe at the Alex Ross. But I don't know. I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
Frank, We'll definitely be hanging out, man, and I can't wait to see you there. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you guys go check out the link. It's in the description below if you're catching this on the replay, and if you're watching this live, the link is in the chat. Thanks to our mods, and we'll see you next time you jump on with us, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank
Later,
you so
Freddie.
much,
dude.
All right, man.
Later,
guys.
bro. That was fucking awesome, dude.
Bro, that was badass.
All right, that was great,
You
dude.
have Chris and now him. Like that really fills in a lot of pieces for me, all the nuance and everything like that, man. You know?
You know, it was awesome when he was talking. It almost feels like Mike was answering us. You know, like you feel that connection coming direct. That's how close you can tell he was with him. Is that, you know, like you're hearing the answers almost like coming from Mike.
It was real special to get to hang out with Frank and Peter and Rupp, like in Ohio. It was like really cool, and I got to hear so many stories that I had never heard before. And it was just like, being a fan, I just fucking gobble it up like popcorn. I just want to I'll sit there and listen all day long, and it's really cool. But when I say Frank is a scary driver, I'm being very serious. I was very. He drives his truck very fast and has no tolerance for slow drivers. Oh my god!
See, that's what's so special about comics, man, is especially around comic legends and things like that. The lore and the mythology almost of these creators. Hearing some of these stories you never heard before is just it's beyond me, man. And it's just Michael Turner, J. Scott Campbell is like 1 and 2. Like for me, you got to put Hughes in there, but that for me, that's about it. That's why I've got like 3 long boxes of Turner, like 8 long boxes, a bunch of shorties with graphics here of Campbell. So like.
Real quick, you guys, before I run through, we're going to run through New Comic Book Day very quickly before we end the show because it's been a long show. But I want to remind everybody, we've dropped some really cool pre-sales tonight. If you guys haven't seen them, the Jonathan Knight Vampirella is available. Link is in the bio over at Big Clutch's store. Multiple different versions of this one. You got the trade dress, which is absolutely gorgeous. You got the Virgin variant. You got the Blood Moon variant, this beautiful, like almost spot color black and white, which is beautiful. Multiple metal versions that really, really pop in hand. As a matter of fact, Clutch, do you have those by you to show those just real quick? Look at how beautiful these things came out, you guys. Oh, wow.
Shiny.
Yeah, Jonathan Knight, he's like coming. Like, when you see an artist, he's coming. His stuff is getting better.
I love the black and white. I agree with you, Hood.
Good to grab first.
Look at the little shine on the bat logo.
The cuffling.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
so
dude. Yeah, it's fucking great. So that's available, you guys. Link is in the bio. They're not going to be available too long. And this is for you guys that aren't going to be able to make it to San Diego Comic-Con. If you are, you can pick these up. There's going to be some available at the booth, at Clutch's booth, which is number
1101, baby.
1101. And then check this out, you guys. Big Leg dropped a really, really cool homage to J. Scott Campbell's Masters of the Universe #1 variant from back in the day. This is Sean Forney, who's an amazing artist that works a lot with Counterpoint Comics and Route Michaels. Old school traditional artist. Really, really cool guy. Can't wait to see him at San Diego this year. And he worked with Leg to drop a bunch of really, really cool homages to the OG Masters of the Universe. And Leg, he's a Motu guy, which makes it even cooler, to say the least. And you become a really big Pooh fan over the years while working with him.
Just growing on me a lot, man. And getting honestly, it's Sean and Murat.
No, this is done really well, Sean.
Yeah,
like, this is
done. That's
like Campbell talked about, like homages. And this is exactly what Campbell said, do an homage, but make it your own.
Yeah, it says after Campbell right there.
Yeah,
we're not.
Yeah, and make it your own. Like, you see the hints of Campbell's book, but it's not a copy.
Right. And and Sean's one of the better, like in the line there. Getting to me, he's a premier Do You Pooh artist.
Man,
Yep,
I always
one of
shorten
them,
it to
for
Pooh,
sure.
but you realize when you say Pooh before something, it's like
Man, little fucking Eeyore
It's a
back
little
there,
funny.
dude, with the fucking
I
the
love
night
Eeyore's
outfit,
Ram
dude.
Man. Yeah, dude,
yeah, dude,
that's great.
neck and neck, B Rabbit up there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
We got
Tigger's
Tigger
Man at
as
Arms.
Man at Arms. Right,
and
so
Pooh has a
that's what
wig
we got.
on, bro. Look at Pooh's wig.
Yeah, look at that.
He's got the golden locks, bro.
Yeah.
So-
and honestly, Piglet Orko.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
dude,
kind
yeah.
of fun, man. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And then for those of you guys that are catching this late, you missed out on an absolutely amazing cover from Sveta Shubina that I believe sold out on the link. I'll drop the link in the description so people can go check out Garrett's site to see if you want to buy anything else in there. But the allotment we had for the
But this is
pre-sales
sold
tonight,
out.
it's sold out. But you guys can get it if you get to San Diego Comic-Con, get to Comic Board Inc.'s booth quick. You got to be fast because these will sell out at the con ASAP. Very, very small amount of books. There's only 150 foil printed, 50 noir, and 50 mega foils, which have the embossed, beautiful embossed look on them, which is amazing. So not very many of these out there. And then not only that, at San Diego Comic-Con, Adam and Sveta's booth is going to be fantastic. You guys are going to be able to get some amazing sketch covers. This one's already gone, but this was one of the ones that was going to be available, right?
No, it wasn't.
No, that was never available.
Right?
Fuck no,
It was never
Adam had
available.
that one
Right?
done.
This is the Comics the Magazine variant that's going to be available over at Essential Sequential Comics retailer soon for issue number 5, which is fantastic. That's going to be very, very cool. There's also this gorgeous G-Clay and prints. There's going to be G-Clays and prints of this beautiful Black Cat rendition that Sveta did while watching the J. Scott Campbell appearance last week on the show.
The G clay is like almost a cloth, right?
It's super high quality, high quality. And
So-
I will be buying one of them for sure.
Can I share something silly? And this is what I learned from Chris Roop. Giclée is just French for inkjet. It's inkjet printed. So but it's really finely
High
done.
quality,
Like it's high
yeah.
quality, but like he's like, oh no, that just means inkjet.
Has
I'm
nothing
like,
to do with the paper.
Giclée.
No.
I'm
Okay.
probably saying it wrong though. But
That's
absolutely
so silly.
gorgeous. And they're going to be signed, I believe, which is going to make it even better. And then there's this gorgeous new variant for Dreadful 3 that they're going to have at the show for the new character Dandelion 666. So that'll be available at the at San Diego Comic-Con, as well as these prints. You got two more prints from the Marvel line of characters. I mean, that Spider-Gwen is fantastic. You got a Green Goblin homage there, and then shout out to Boom Studios. Greg over at Boom and the team at Boom is just doing great things, and we can't give them enough credit over there. They got their finger on the pulse. So we've got a Hello San Diego variant that's going to be dropping at the con. This is the special risque version that's going to be available at Adam and Sveta's booth, Comic Board Inc. But there's also going to be this version available at the con as well. This is going to be at the Boom Studios booth for San Diego Comic-Con. Nice. I love how she's got all the Hall H badges of everybody, right? Like, that's fantastic. They do such a good job with that Hello Darkness, with the Hello New York and the Hello San Diego variants. And I mean, just so cool. So that'll be available. And then there's a couple more things as well. This beautiful Love Bunny and Mr. Hell variant will be available at their booth. This is a fantastic series from Josh Blaylock and Tim Seeley and crew over at Devil's Due. Congratulations on their 25th anniversary. And speaking of that, they have a new book coming out this week that we're going to talk about in new comic book day drops. And I want to run through these real quickly. We've got a Flops Comics variant for Doctor Who. This is Doctor Who Circuit Breaker, issue number 1, the Flops Comics variant, and this is fantastic. That's the regular cover, and then there's a black and white version of this that is really, really... I love the black and white version for some reason. I don't know why, but fantastic.
I saw Kreider picked up a bunch of those.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but he could have sworn I saw on his page.
No, I saw it too. He bought a bunch. He thinks this is going to be the sleeper of the week right here. So, and James Kreider, he does. He 100% does. Also, Dead Samurai issue number 6. You got an Arthur Sidum version of that. That's fucking awesome. Wow is right. Of course, you also and this one is going to be signed by John Doleman. It's a 1 in 100. So that's interesting. I love that they're doing ratio variants that's signed. I think that's cool. You also have the Drax Gal second print version of this. You have a Bill Sienkiewicz of this, multiple Bill Sienkiewicz's of that. So very, very cool book for the covers, at least. I haven't read the interior. You guys let me know. Speaking of Devil's Due, this is the Devil's Due Presents Mercy Sparks 25th anniversary homage variant. They're having their 25th anniversary as well, and these are fantastic, all of them. I love them. And this is the Chris Wall variant on this one. And Josh has a new Kickstarter that he just started as well. Mods, if you're able to figure out what that is, drop that link if you can for me. No worries if you can't. There's a couple other covers for this as well. You got the regular and the devil version of Mercy Sparks. You got Elizabeth Torque Spark UV 1 in 10 on that one. That could be interesting. All right, next, here is the big one everybody's talking about. Absolute Batman number 22. You got the Dan Quintana. This is not a retailer variant or a retailer exclusive. This is one of the first open order variants for Dan, and I think these are selling. They were selling for cover price, but now they've got a pretty big premium on them, if I'm not mistaken.
There were some sales on like Whatnot the first day. I was like, these guys are dumb because they were like 80 to 90 bucks. So I was like,
people are morons, and those sellers are assholes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did these at 7 because the retail's 6. I don't get a big DC discount. And I said, guys, this is bagged and boarded. I got to pay eBay fees. I'm going to do it at 7. I can run more than one if you guys want. And I ran one at 7. Nobody asked for another. If they would have kept bidding or something, I'd be like, hey, I said I'd run another. But like not 80, 90 bucks. Dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like you just lost customers forever.
There's a lot of variants for this too.
Is there?
So here's one of the interesting one. Mark Brooks is now a retailer who's doing retailer variants with Andy Kubert and Jock. We talked about that on the industry show yesterday. Unfortunately, Mark's got a microscope on him right now for his comments about retailers. Right now, they're a very us versus them type of attitude that I felt from the Mark Brooks from his post.
Oh, yeah.
He eventually took it down, but unfortunately, that's going to kind of stay with him for a while. He's going to have to dig his way out of that, or maybe he just doesn't care. His art's good enough to where, to be honest, he doesn't have to say shit. So
right.
Sometimes you shouldn't say nothing.
Sometimes
I get you.
F up.
There's an Olivetti
good.
An Olivetti variant for Bird City. There's a Bjorn Barons variant right there as well.
Bjorn, dude.
There's a lot of really good variants. I love the Carla Cohen.
Kills it, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Brett Bean.
Yeah. Crease Lee. Oh yeah, the Brett Bean. Yeah. So there's one we're going to talk about here in a second, but there's a lot of really, really good variants for this, and hopefully you guys have read it. I heard there's a big moment in this. I love this one right here. The De Tomaso is fantastic. The Two-Face variant on that one. This one right here, the Tomasi, and this is Davis Ryder. I didn't realize that, but this one's fantastic, dude. Fantastic. Cool. This is the Ivan Tao one. I think this is at Comics Elite. So if you want that one, use promo code Beyond10 for 10% off. This is the Jock version that Mark Brooks is also selling on his website. It is a wraparound. It's okay.
I don't know why that's the $100 book.
I'm with you on that.
I'm not,
it's not that
trying
good.
I'm a Jock fan. Like honestly, like that looks like.
Yeah, it's not that great. There's a John Jang the John Boy, Kale New.
John Boy.
Yeah, another Kale New. This is the
I'll be John
connecting
Boy's
cover
first.
set for San Diego Comic-Con from PSA, which is very interesting. I also hear there's something coming from eBay Live as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That Mastrozo set.
Yeah, Mastrozo, yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, this is the Mark Brooks right here. Very interesting. I love it. Again, Mark Brooks is his
I feel
art.
like he can step his game up when he wants to.
But to be honest, like he doesn't have to say anything. His art is gonna sell itself. So maybe he can say whatever the fuck he wants. To be honest, I'll take that back. He can say whatever the fuck he wants, and his art is so good that it doesn't matter. We'll see in the future. We'll have to, hindsight is 2020 type deal. But man, that's good. Miko Suyen. There is a Mayhew. I like the idea, but we'll see if that sells out. That's a very interesting one as well. The Felix Comics variant by Dragoda. That's another interesting one to keep your eye on. Rochta Lynn. Here's what I don't like. Why sell that cover as a foil? Is that a foil? A virgin art foil on this one?
I think it says Land Art Virgin.
Okay,
I'll tell you, there's going to be one coming out that's going to be fire.
And we haven't talked about it yet, but we're going to talk a little bit about it in a second. I really like the Ryan Sook one. You got a Seth Mann one, which is going to be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. The Mann brothers are, like giants in the absolute Batman world. Variants, Tyler Kirkham, Travis Charest. Look at that. We haven't seen a Travis Charest or Travis Charest. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm guessing it's
I
Charest.
said Charest because I'm reading it literally and I don't know the answer.
One of the one of the things in art or like music or like Jimmy Eat World was always your favorite emo's favorite band. You know what I mean? Like there's certain bands where like the Deftones are your favorite band's favorite band. You know what I mean? Jimmy Eat World are your favorite band's favorite band. You know, like if you're a Blink-182 fan, Jimmy Eat World is their favorite band. Travis Charest or Travis Charest is your favorite artist. He's one of those guys. And it's interesting to see him doing work. I haven't seen him do anything lately.
That's great.
You got the Del Edra, Bjorn Barons. You got all kinds of stuff. But that being said, there is one coming out
Carla Cohen.
that we haven't
Carla's
really.
pretty. She'll be at KRS booth if anybody would like to go see her.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to KRS.
Mama.
But one that we haven't talked about, that I don't know how much we can talk about, that has been teased a little bit on Instagram, and that is from our boy Joe Benitez, who was talked about multiple times in tonight's show. He's one of those guys that has been there from the beginning, Mr. L. Joe.
All right. I'm gonna send.
He's coming. He's coming, bro.
Where do you want to send it? Where are you going to send it?
Where do you want me to put it?
Put it in the Google chat for our show, the Wednesdays.
So there's a massive 14-hour. I think it was 14 hours. So it was like a 10-hour comic sketch art stream today. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Mm-hmm. I heard about it. Everybody in the chat knows about it. Scott Snyder was giving away.
People in the chat were in the thing.
Yeah.
So I got sent a picture. So we haven't announced our book yet. We were going to wait actually until next week. The plan was honestly we were going to come on the show. Chris Roop and I were going to pop up on here and debut it with Joe. But it was kind of I don't know, leaked a little bit today because it popped up on the
comp stream.
On the comp stream. And so tomorrow we're gonna officially show it off with Tom, but I figured I'd show it to you since it's out there. So
this is fucking fantastic. You guys,
bananas, my friends.
Bro, you guys don't know how
you can't mess with the legends,
bro. This bro.
People don't know how fantastic it is.
I gotta have this in a 9.8, bro.
Awesome. Yeah,
dude.
Joe Benitez and Peter Steigerwald. So basically, the two guys that Frank was talking about earlier today, like two, OGs,
Legends,
two friends of ours. There's 3 versions. This is this version. Then there's a a virgin foil, which there's a little hidden thing behind the Batman logo, and then there's a black and white with color splash, and it's so sick.
You guys, this is gonna, trust me when I say
Harley is
this
done
issue
so well.
Yeah, this issue is going to be a big deal in the future.
Harley was key. So we're actually we're gonna go. Chris is coming out here to see Joe this weekend or Friday. Then we're gonna go see Big Leg. We've got something special lined up for Friday in the desert. It's gonna be kind of crazy. We're gonna shoot a little content. Yeah, we'll have these. We're trying to figure out what to do because this is a shared exclusive with our homie Tom, Comic Tom. So Comic Tom and then Rupp and myself will have these. We'll have some online at the show on our eBay Lives. So yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy.
Do you know the print run?
This should have been gone.
Yeah, print run 3,000. So we did the big option, which was all the economics of it all goes in there. The economics were this thing because like there's an extra fee. It's crazy, but we did the 3,000 trade dress, 1,000 foils and 1,000 virgins. So, but we have a weird feeling like this cover might. I feel it's gonna pop off crazy.
Yeah, you guys have no idea the news that's coming. Yeah,
it's a legendary Surly Joe.
And then also,
oh boy,
it fits with the absolute Batman. You know what I mean? It fucking fits with it, dude.
Well, that's like the size difference.
Ooh, Bill Sienkiewicz.
Then we got these eBay Live exclusives, Bill Sienkiewicz connecting covers.
Oh my goodness. Put it together. Can't see it. Okay, there you go. Right there.
He screen caps and leaves.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That
dude.
is great.
So those are going to be available
Great.
To select eBay Live sellers during the week. And then also there's going to be a very special in-booth drop of these. And if you buy these in the booth on Friday, you're also going to get a ticket to go get them signed by Bill Sienkiewicz later that day at the DC booth.
That's amazing. That's a good idea, bro.
Cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bill for doing that. The new Clayface is out this week. This is issue 1, and this Dave Johnson cover is so good. I love, you guys know me. I always say Dave Johnson, his covers remind me of old school Soviet propaganda posters, right? And this one, it reminds me of an old school movie poster from the 60s. It's so good. Yeah, but there's a lot of good variants for this. I really like the regular cover as well. Yeah, this is Frank Galan. And then this cover right here by Del Mundo is really good.
And I read they actually dropped the preview. I forget if they dropped the whole comic or not, but I think it's pretty cool. It was a good read.
Oh yeah.
What I read of it. I forget if the whole issue was finished or not, but they had for Lunar. It's one that they previewed. They don't do that for most books.
Looking forward to the TV show that's coming.
Right.
Emperor Aquaman is one of the best books DC is putting out right now. That might sound crazy to you guys, but trust me, it is. This is the best Aquaman since Peter David's run back in the day. So, and this is a Raza variant that is fantastic. Really, really good. There's a Ariel Diaz variant for this, and then this John Timms cover is really good for the regular cover. Next, Mark Spears, Fury of Firestorm.
Firestorm, sick.
Yeah, he's been waiting to do this cover. That's one of his favorite characters, and this is a nice little, like I wouldn't call it as much an homage, but like a way to, like a tip of the hat to the OG version,
1983, 82.
Yeah,
DC covers, one of my favorites too, man.
That sky blue background.
Like you got that color palette, you fucking nailed it, dude.
Yep. Man, big year for Mark.
We're glazing. We're glazing.
All I'm going to say is this, Hood, make sure you don't leave till the end of the show because I got something to tell you. But Mark is going to kill this year. This year is going to be a big year for Mark. And I can't wait. So there is a couple other covers for this. As you guys see, there is a Raza cover right here. but the Spears cover is fantastic. All right,
That
Green
would have been
Lantern.
funny if I said, Brian, end the show now, and you'd go, okay, see y'all later.
Green Lantern Corps, Hal Jordan, Jorge Fornez. This is a great issue cover for issue number 18. Willpower of Hal. I love that cover. Hal is my favorite Green Lantern. Next, Supergirl number 15. This is the Carl Kerschel cover. It's fantastic, but there's a lot of really good covers for this. The Ariel. Yeah, she killed
those
it.
to San Diego. I assume she'll be there.
Damn, that's good. Like, that makes me feel like jumping in the ocean right there, right? You know what I mean? Like, that is fantastic cover. And then you got the Raza.
Or any
cover.
body of water, but yeah.
Yeah, right? The Chris Anka cover right there is fantastic. All those are good. And then do a Power Bomb. They're doing a black and white version of this.
Yeah,
and,
I grabbed all those.
Yeah. Daniel Warren Johnson's OG series. So, bunch of different covers for this.
Yeah, that's great.
I like this
that
one right
cover
here.
is sick.
Yeah. So that's JB Rowe and Mike Spicer on that one. Rascal Randy has a ton of covers, but such a cool character, such a great character design.
Yeah.
You guys can see all the great covers on this one.
Is there a Monkey Mouth?
Oh, bro. There's so many. The Brett Bean is a 1 in 100.
I tried.
Is there a Monkey Mouth?
I wish. Javier Polito, John Timor, Desjardins. There's a great Nirvana homage. Hume, the John Segura. I love the Warner Brothers one. That's kind of interesting. Michael Walsh, Riley Rossmo. There's a homage to the Donny Cates Stegman stuff.
3.
Yeah. This one's great. The homage to the McFarlane Corn cover. That's Bird City. Is that Trish? That's Trish. Yeah, great job, Trish.
Bro.
Yeah. Tony Fleece has got one. Ryan G. Brown. So yeah. Awesome stuff. More to come. More to come.
Yeah, there's gonna be SDCC releases for that for sure.
G.I. Joe number 330, the Steve Beach, Gears of Joe, Storm Shadow 1 in 10. It's fucking awesome.
That's so
Remember
cool.
that plane?
Oh, yeah, bro.
glider?
First appearance. G.I. Joe number 21.
Did you guys catch wind of the 330 secret?
Yep. The Tomb Raider is now a member of the Joe squad, you guys. Yeah.
It's already on second print, right?
It's fucking crazy, bro.
They're doing the crossover soon. I've seen a couple covers accidentally that they got shared around, and holy smokes.
Did it already sell out?
Oh, 330, the first print is sold out. Yeah, they're going to second print like right away.
Look at
I don't
that.
love the second print cover.
This cover is kind of, I mean, it's Chris Mooneyham, but it's kind of
Yeah. Like I feel her like she
That's
feels kind of dumpy.
Yeah. You could have been done much better. But don't worry. The future is bright. I mean, this character is such a monster of a character that we're going to see some
action figure coming out too.
I mean, you know why that works? Because that's like back when we were kids, they were putting like G.I. Joe characters that like, he's a G.I. Joe? Like, you know, like the fridge and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love the idea of that because that's the type of shit they did when we were kids, you know?
Yeah. Look at this one. The tomato. What is it? Lorenzo Tomato. That's fucking. And Mike Spicer. That's a 1 in 100, you guys. That's going to be a beast.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. Yeah. There's our first appearance. This is going to be cool. I fucking love it. Hell yeah. Shout out to Robert Kirkman continuing and Skybound continuing to just fucking.
Steven, you better have that book for me in my box in the morning, bro.
There's a Ariel. Is that Drax Gal Baroness? So there you go for the Drax Gal fans. Mask has the Ito foil 1 in 100.
That's such a sick cover, dude. I just got that in actually, and I was like blown away at how cool it looks.
It looks good in hand.
Oh, it's awesome.
He's looking for it. We'll see if he can find it. But there are some other covers for this one. There is a Anaslato variant that's a little mid, considering how good his last couple covers were. There is a Kunka Lim and a Martin 1 in 100. So here's the Ito. Oh my lord! Wow.
Did you do a mask, Sean, or did you just order a bunch?
I got comps. They send me one of each.
Nice.
That's cool.
Makes sense.
I wanted to justify 100, and I was like, I didn't even sell my blind bags because
It is hard to justify 100. I don't blame you, Leg, at all. But that
I'll
image
just buy
is,
it.
Yep.
I got
totally.
you. I got you, Leg.
Youngblood number 100. You got the second print with the
Fucking
different
badass.
characters. This is one of the coolest things in comics this year, in my opinion. I love this. You got Tony Fleece and Trish Forstner and Tone Rodriguez and the Feral Cats. You got Brett Bean's Dork. You got Invincible, and you got Fireborn. That is fucking cool.
That's how you build your team, dude. Like that's how you strengthen numbers, man.
$1,000 for a piece of Skybound. They tell me every day.
Oh, that's true.
Yep. Next, this foil is so gorgeous in hand.
I love this because there's that second print or the
red one.
Call it the red one, bro, and it's so underrated. It's so under the radar.
Is that Marvel Tales? I think it's Marvel Tales.
Marvel Tales.
Yeah, Marvel Tales.
Bro, this we saw this in hand. Somebody showed it to us the other day. I think it was Sean Udachko backstage showed it to us.
Man, now I gotta get
it looks so good in foil, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Marvel's the one been doing the foils right.
This came out today, right?
It came out today. Yeah.
Fucking.
That's one of the few things Marvel has been doing good. You're right, Leg, is the foil. Their foil is the fucking
Like the
shit.
quality.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass, Sean. John.
Which one?
What?
John.
Fuck did I do?
Who?
Bro, you go spend.
I wish I
$8
had
and get
this
your
one,
own.
the
I'm pretty
EH
sure you're
version.
okay.
All right.
The red one for me, like
I wish I had any
get it
version
in
of
high
that. I
grade.
had to fucking
good.
sell them all, dude. I had a
them all.
9.2 at one point.
Black Cat
you
number
did?
12. This is the Casanovas regular cover. And that's a fantastic cover for the A cover.
Fantastic.
Damn,
Yep.
that's stunning, dude.
You got the Ejikuri, the Andolfo, and the design variant for the NetEase, which is the Rivals. But I think that, man, that A cover is so good.
It's so good.
Daredevil number 4, Lee Garbett, another regular A cover, is fantastic. I'm reading the series. I like it so far. There's some people that despise it. I get it.
Why?
But so far, I like it. Stephanie Phillips, I think, has been doing an okay job for me. But yeah, let us know what you guys think of Daredevil so far. There's this Magic the Gathering cover, which is really good, and a really good soccer cover with Bullseye. Or football cover.
You see Messi yesterday, bro?
No, what happened?
So they were down 2-0. Argentina, and they came back and won.
So did
with
you?
like 10 minutes left.
I tell you what, that Erling Haaland guy is a
Oh,
fucking
dude, he's a beast,
specimen.
dude.
That dude is a specimen of an athlete. He looks like he's not putting any effort in out there, and he's just like scoring a goal or more a game.
Dude, his dad played. He's a prodigy, man.
6'5". He's averaging more than a goal a game in his career for Norway. Like, what the fuck?
They're gonna have a problem stopping him.
Mm-hmm. So there's Daredevil. It's Simbi number 1. I have a feeling one of these books is going to be a big book on the secondary market.
Dude. Why not? Fuck
I
him.
love that. It's a fun looking character. If they can pull it off right. Yeah. It's Jeff.
I gotta
with
get
it.
that for the girls, bro.
Right?
Man, that's
So
awesome.
funny.
Hopefully they write it good and they can build that character because it's a great design and it looks fun. Speaking of Jeff the Landshark, this is Jeff the Landshark Superstar number 1, the McFarlane Toys variant.
Wow.
That's a cool McFarlane figure right there.
But is it a figure?
I think so.
Or is it Memorex?
3D print.
Nice little design variants on that one. Uncanny X-Men number 31, Balderi Jubilee.
Balderi, dude.
That's fantastic. One of the best covers of the week.
That's good.
Balderi's like, and Brian, you know this, like, she needs to do more covers, man.
Yeah,
like it's like
the color. Ooh,
mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. You got a couple of variants with this. You got a David Mack. You got the Inhook Lee Snap variant. You got some X-Men 97 stuff, but the Yagawa is really good too. Have you guys been watching X-Men 97, by the way?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm through episode 2, but apparently episode 3 is a banger.
Bro, Cable's such a badass. He's such a badass.
With the Apocalypse, right?
Oh, we got Cable. Did you guys see that Marvel commercial I sent you?
No.
Which one? I sent it on Instagram. I think it was actually officially Marvel, and it shows the dudes like invite everybody like to their garage, like they're watching a football game to watch X-Men 90s, and they're all like dudes that look like us.
Awesome.
One dude dressed like freaking Wolverine, but he's just like a
This is Alex Ross dude. Continuing to destroy on the Marvel Dimensions covers, man.
This is just a badass cover.
Yeah.
So good,
out of
dude.
the park with that, dude.
So that's beautiful.
Original. Look at that Taskmaster.
Yeah, the regular cover. Here's your X-Men 97 Cable cover by Todd Knock. Love it.
They tapped Todd for all these.
Dude, Cable is so badass in X-Men 97.
They hit him with a lot of this X-Men style stuff.
This one is actually really good, man.
Oh, I'm not knocking his work at all.
Yeah.
I'm saying this is what them hiring Todd Knock for X-Men 97 is.
I really like this one too, the Mingyai Gon cover. I'm saying that wrong, but this cover is fantastic.
Yes. That is pretty fucking cool.
Really good.
Anybody else have the theme song playing in their head right now?
Totally. Vampirates issue number 1, the Tula Lotai cover, Virgin 1 in 50. This will be a big book. Again, Boom Studios, new series, new book. A lot of good issue covers. I imagine we're gonna see out of this. Boom's good at just creating these IPs that are just great cover models. You know what I mean? Like Hello Darkness, Vampirates. There's so many, that are just perfect for covers. And then finally, shout out to our homies over at Bad Idea. This is the Dingoloth, Dingleberry, issue number 1, the Caravaggio Old Masters. This is Caravaggio's Medusa. Of course, Caravaggio, such an amazing story. If you guys don't know the story of Caravaggio, he was a bad boy painter back in the 1500s that ended up getting murdered in a duel because he was such a tough guy. If you look up the history of Caravaggio, he's one of the most well-respected painters in the history of the world, but he was a dickhead, and he would fight at the drop of a hat, dude, literally, and he lost his life dueling over it. So amazing painter. Shout out to Mike Choi. Had a great conversation with Mike Choi, and Mike Choi is a educator and art educator at a college, I believe.
Yeah,
and
you gotta get him on, man.
Yeah, we are for sure. But he was blown away about my knowledge of Caravaggio, and if he was here, who also went to school for art history, I watch art history documentaries constantly, dude. Constantly. Hieronymus Bosch is another one of my favorite artists from that time period.
And he got blown away in a duel?
He didn't get blown away in a duel. He got murdered. He got stabbed.
Oh, murdered.
Sword fight. Yeah, sword fight, dude.
So he's like the prototype to fuck around and find out.
Fucking A, he is. Fucking A. Yeah. There's a conspiracy that he didn't actually die, and that he made it out, and he just didn't say anything for the rest of his life, and that he was dying anyways because of VD or some crazy shit. But again, back then it was probably rampant during that time period. But look into Caravaggio, an amazing story, an amazing artist, and art history is history, period. And I love it. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a new comic book day this week. We got 3 hours and 35 minutes, and I would go through pickups, but we've been here so long that I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with us. Check out the links below to any books that might still be available. We have San Diego coming up in less than 2 weeks. I know Leg's got a bunch of sales. Clutch has got a bunch of sales. I am definitely, I didn't get to do my sales this week, so Sunday and Monday I will be doing big sales. I've got monster sales coming to get to San Diego, so some crazy books are going to be available on Sunday night, you guys, and some crazy cards are going to be available on Monday night, and then we're going to do Thursday night on Whatnot, and then one final Sunday and Monday, and then we're off to San Diego. Wow, you guys. Absolutely unreal.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Amen.
I don't know anything about that, John.
Yeah. Check out the links. Vampirella, Jonathan Knight, Sean Forney, Do You Pooh, and more. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Adios.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.